Oh, wow, we're live. Whoa, hey, everybody. Welcome to Sand Sailors of the Purple Planet. I'm your host, Lex, and I'm going to be, I'm going to be not a DM. I'm going to be a judge because that's what it's called in the Dungeon Crawl Classics RPG, which is what we're playing this evening, specifically the Purple Planet setting, for those not familiar and could not tell by the title. So we are playing Saturday, April, what is it, the 18th today? Year of our Lord 2020. And right now, Cyclops Con is going on. It is a virtual convention that Goodman Games, the makers of Dungeon Crawl Classics, are currently putting on. So this is kind of a fun thing that we thought we could do during the con. Say a little bit about the con. You can check that out on their Twitch channel. But you might be watching this in the future. If so, hey, how's the future? Are there flying cars yet? I hope so. And you're probably watching it in the future on Goodman Games Twitch channel. So thank you, Goodman Games, for putting us up there. But in the now, thank you, Nerd Immersion, for hosting this stream. Really awesome. Great support. Like I said, I'm Lex. And now we're going to go around and introduce all the cool people that are playing in this game. So who do I even start with? Gosh, I'm going to just start with Simon.
I'm muted. I'm not muted anymore. Hi everyone, I'm Simon at Wondering_DM on Twitter, Wondering DM on Twitch. I can't wait to play Dwarf, who's the name of my character.
Mm-hmm.
A dwarf stonemason.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Dwarf the dwarf.
Yep. Well,
Very
dwarf
good.
with an O.
Oh, I see. Fancy. All right.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Jordan.
Well, hello there. I am Jordan, aka Sassy with Sander, on all the social medias, and I'm super excited because I've never played this particular, oh my goodness, game setting. Why am I losing words all of a sudden? But I'm going to be playing Zanaya, a smuggler wizard. Sassy, feisty, per norm, the usual. So
Nice. All right. Very cool. Up next, we have Jen.
Hi, my name is Jen Vaughn, pronounced she, her, and I will be playing Ercolano Orange, the cleric gong farmer. And I've brought all my orange liquids with me. So, thank you for having me.
The orange liquid improvisation, A+. The voice, also A+. All right. Very good. And last but not least, we have Josh.
Hi, everybody. I'm Josh Reisted from the podcast Dungeons and Dragons, bringing D&D into the classroom. So super excited to be here and play with all these wonderful folks. And Lex, good to play with you again.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Great to have you. I've played with some of you before. I think I had Simon as a DM at one point for like a Grimdark Warhammer game. But Josh, I had in a BX game that I ran a while back, and Jen and Jordan, I have not had the pleasure of playing with before. But thanks everybody for being part of this game. It's really awesome. Okay, gosh, we are trying to finish up by 10 o'clock Eastern, maybe a little before. That would be nice. And that means I'm just going to jump right the heck into it. Oh, we also have a break sometime in the middle. But let's do it. You awaken to find yourself in a shallow crater, surrounded by 3 other bodies in a similar state. Your hand grips tightly around what feels like a jagged stone, and a green glow emanates from the space between your fingers. Above you is an alien sky. A large, dull sun hangs there, shedding a pale, ruddy light upon you. Adjacent to it are 2 large moons. You are amnesia ridden. You don't know how you wound up here. You know your past life, you know who you are, but what's going on? Who knows? Please roleplay. Go. Do your
Urko definitely just pockets the stone immediately, thinking, "Oh, this is a very nice kidney stone. I didn't have to do much digging for." So looks around, just kind of goes, "Hello, friends." Yeah.
Well, how y'all doing?
well, great, other than the fact, what is going on? And like Zanaya stands up, both hands in the air, like looking around.
I don't know. I don't know where I am. I don't know anything. I don't remember. Who are you people?
Last time I remember, I was on my daddy's radish farm, and all of a sudden there's a bright green light, and I'm smack dab in a crater, and this day just gets weirder and weirder.
Urkolano gets up, like orange cape and tunic billowing. It appears we were flushed from our realities and have made it here. Should we perchance get out of this hole?
That sounds like a right mighty good idea.
I'm going to add a fun rule. The worse your pun is, the more likely you are to gain an additional point of luck added to your luck score. So, Urko, get a point of luck there.
Thank you.
Also, did you look at that stone before you pocketed it? I imagine you might not have.
I clocked it was green and it was clean. So
All right. Now that description is true of everybody. So you all had this stone in your hand. So did anyone take a look at it or drop it or anything like that?
I probably dropped it. Not
Okay.
gonna lie.
I want to put it in my mouth.
Oh gosh, you get like a constant like static shock, and your tongue starts to go numb as it's in your
Like licking a battery.
Yep, yeah, it's just like that.
Oh, that'll wake ya. Oh,
I think Percy will probably take a look at it.
So it is looks like gemstone. It's like a green glowing gemstone. It's like a jagged shard of what looks like might have been a bigger piece.
Well, hot diggity daffodil. This just looks right valuable right here.
Wait, as soon as you say valuable, Zanaya drops to the ground to find hers.
it could be our ticket out of here too. Just
You think?
pawn.
Maybe?
No, I mean merely a guess. We all have it. We're all here now. Or maybe it's just the stub. Can you imagine the size of this ticket?
Oh, that would be a mighty big looking gemstone, if anything. Well, we should probably go look around.
I will point out that the Zanaya, the wizard, when you one of the things you can tell, I don't know how else you would learn this, so I'm just going to say you can sense it when you're inspecting this precious stone. You're pretty sure that if you were to tap into this magically, you could consume it to add to your magical power, like when you're spellcasting. Yes.
When you say consume, do you mean eat it?
I don't necessarily mean eat it, but if that's how you want to interpret it, I won't stop you. Anyway.
Dwarf would remember he's a dwarf. And I just saw on my sheet I can smell gold and gems.
You can smell golden gems.
Is this a gem? Does it smell like a gem?
It does smell like a gem, yes.
Oh, these are valuables. Very, very valuable. But they'd probably be safer with me because, I'm a dwarf and I know all things rock-wise.
Zanaya pulls hers very close to her and like starts backing up with like these eyes that are just like, you may not at my rock.
The dwarf, when you sniff the air, you can smell somewhere to the east a little bit of silver wafting on the breeze. Maybe a little more gemstone smell. It's a little ways off, but you're pretty sure that's what it is.
Oh. Wherever we are, I can smell silver coming from the east. Smells like wealth waiting to be dug up.
Oh, dug up, you said? Yes. Let's. Urkolano is here to help you. I've done many a job cleaning out cisterns and ditches and latrines and troughs, and she keeps listing things.
Just keeps going.
Yeah, as well, attempting to start like climbing out. Is it high? Is it steep?
It's not that steep. You can climb out of it without too much trouble.
All right.
And cresting that peak, Peeking above the lip of the crater, you behold a blasted wasteland. Sand, bits of roots, and broken rocks litter the ground for miles, all painted red by the light of the sun. Far to the north, you spot a mountain range. To the east, a garishly colored forest. And closer by, a metallic structure of some sort. And that is where the smell is coming from.
Oh, I think that thing is made out of silver.
Ooh. Like some sort of edifice of some kind. A tower or a building or...
It's a little too far away other than you could make out like a somewhat of a shape, but you get kind of those heat waves off the sand, so it's a little difficult to discern exactly what it is.
Percy, what do your radish eyes see?
It does look like a rather tall structure. Can't be a barn or maybe a silo of some sort. Mighty big one, if any. But, I mean, if anything, it probably is close to some sort of town, so we should probably amble our way on over that way.
There you go. Oh gosh, just such A+ role-playing decisions for all these characters. Oh, we kind of know what Urko looks like, sort of. We have a good color palette, right, for them. How would people describe some of their other characters just at a glance?
I think Percy's very much he's a human. He's big, but like he has this very innocent kind of he's the 14th son in a long line of farmers, and he's off seeking adventures, if anything, in his mind's eye. So big, but kind of a naive youth.
Classic.
Zanaya is all my characters are short. I don't understand the world of tall people. So she is short and small. She's got really short, dark black hair that just kind of spikes everywhere. In a chaotic way, but also in a very like punk rock kind of way. She's definitely wearing all black. She's very like she can blend in, but also she stands out. I'm having a hard time with the words today. Yeah, she's really chill, casual.
All right, cool. And dwarf
is a dwarf with a big, wild red beard, short red hair under a horned helm. He has wears a suit of full plate armor over a brownish tunic that he probably never washed in his life. He has a round circular shield in one hand and a club, I guess, or was it a hammer? I guess it's a club hanging from his belt. He is, for all intents and purposes, the stereotypical dwarf.
Nice. All right. I like the horned helm. Horned helm is always a good choice. So let's see here.
Alex, it says here I have a mule. Is that the case?
Oh my gosh, you would have a mule. Yeah, you got a mule with you.
All right. I kind of maybe cast a glance over and I see a small thing over in the distance kind of just ambling around. I come back leading my mule, Roscoe Mule.
So yeah, your mule had wandered off to try and find something to nibble on, but this environment is too harsh. It just couldn't do it.
Dang it, Roscoe, don't be eating anything. We don't know what anything of this is, and you'll upset your stomach.
Urko sort of points at a cadmium yellow orange bag on her hip and goes, "Don't worry, I'll make sure we leave this place better than we found it, Mr. Mule. I'll clean up after you, don't worry."
The mule just goes because I can only make horse sounds, so that's as close as we're gonna go.
They got muscles that are pretty much the same.
Yeah. And you head towards the structure.
I figured we are.
All right. You begin to head towards the structure. As you get closer, you notice two things. One, the structure starts to take shape, and it looks like it's some sort of metal object that's half buried in the sand. The other thing you notice is the heat from the sun. Oh gosh, it feels weird. It's like um it's like there isn't an ozone layer on this planet. And you're feeling real bad from that. I need fortitude saves from everybody.
Would my armor penalty apply to that?
Oh, would it apply? Yeah, because it's kind of a heat related thing, so I would say it would.
Okay.
All right, that would affect me as well then, because he's got banded chain.
It's a D20, right?
Yep.
Woof, a big 7.
Same.
5.
-3.
I'm sorry. So the rolls were 7, 5, -3, and
Another 7.
and another 7. Wow. Well, there you go. Everyone takes 1 point of stamina damage. I rolled minimum on that, so yeah, it wasn't pleasant. And you've now gotten closer to this metallic structure, and now that you've gotten pretty much up to it, or at least within a good line of sight to it, you notice that it is some sort. Oh, it looks kind of like a silver boat, but without a mast or sails, and it's just the nose of it is just like it crash landed. Like it's buried in this in the ground here a little bit.
How tall is it, Lex?
Oh, it's not that bad. I mean, especially because it's half buried, you could sort of walk up the natural rock incline and just like get right onto the deck if you wanted. It's not a huge boat though. Probably like top deck, one level of like cabins underneath, or like space for that.
Sort of an odd place to dock your boat. Really dry docking it, don't you think?
Oh, it definitely is a dry dock.
Yes. Shall we? I know my way around the poop deck. I don't know about the rest of you, so.
Oh my gosh. So I wasn't going to give you one for dry dock because it was too obvious, but poop deck was pretty good. So
I really apologize to everyone everywhere.
No, this is great.
Never apologize.
Does it smell like silver?
Does it smell like sulfur?
No, silver.
Oh, silver. Yes, it does smell like silver. You're not sure if the entire thing is made out of silver, but you can definitely smell some silver maybe in there. Like it's some sort of composite alloy.
Does it taste like silver?
You give it a good lick. Ooh, it tastes vaguely of silver. Yeah, it's definitely some sort of composite alloy that has silver mixed in.
Yep, made out of silver.
Give it a tap. It rings out, clearly hollow. But yeah. So I'm sorry. Oh, is the mule being led up onto the ship? I just needed to know.
I think yeah, and where it cannot be led, Percival like just lifts it, just kind of a hoist.
Very good. Cool. Well, if you go up onto there, you notice that the deck of the ship is pretty sparse. There's like the lip along the sides. It looks like there's sort of a captain's quarters type area towards the back end of the ship that has these weird sort of. It doesn't look. There isn't a door in there. It looks like but it comes up from the deck, and it looks like it's dominated by these like metal cylinders that are built into that area. But why, you couldn't say. There is a metal hatch with one of those round thingies, wheels. That's what they're called, wheels on it that looks like it probably leads to below deck. And also on the top deck, there is a pedestal near the front of the ship that has what looks like a rectangular panel on it with 8 like buttons that each have a rune inscribed on them. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. I can't show the audience because I didn't think to have Ted allow some sort of screen sharing, but this is the only time I would have ever used it. Let's send this picture over to you folks so you know what you're looking at.
Urko's sort of walking around the ship, looking for a door, you know, the kind of door that leads to a private chamber of some kind, because she always knows that plumbers are always in need, and could make some coin off the ship, or just scrape some off the side of it if no one's around, but fixes something. So
well, you know that there's that hatch to down below, but you don't actually roll me a intelligence check. So 1d20, add your intelligence modifier.
16.
16. No, there are definitely no other doors or hatches on this thing.
Okay.
At least not on top. Anyway, you folks got the image. Rune panel. Not only are there runes, but I also numbered them with real world numbers, so you can tell me which one if you press any of them. This was a fun thing that I learned in playtesting, where I just showed them the rune panel. I'm like, which one do you press? And they're like, well, I pressed the one that looks like the prince symbol. Then I was like, that doesn't narrow it down at all.
No, it's like
That's clearly number 5. No.
I think Zanaya isn't going to push any of them, but she's definitely going to go and like get really close and look at them and see if she recognizes anything about them.
Ooh, you get really close and look at them. And I would say roll me intelligence.
You got it. Oh, maybe not. It's not wanting to cooperate. Give me one moment. Okay, that is going to be an 18.
Oh, okay. You are positive as a practitioner of the arcane arts that these are not arcane symbols. Rather, they are probably some kind of ancient language that you are unfamiliar with.
Zanaya kind of stands there and scratches her head. And then shrugs her shoulders like, whatever. She wants to go to the wheel. She wants to turn the wheel.
Okay. You go to the wheel and turn the wheel. It actually turns relatively easily. Like, it's been tightened snugly, but it doesn't look like it's rusted over or anything. Like, it's still in very good working condition. And you can just start turning it, open up that hatch.
Zanaya would like to look at Dwarf and go, does it smell like silver in here?
Let me check. I'm going to shove my head down the hatch.
Shove your head down the hatch. With your dark vision, because you are a dwarf, you can see that it is dark in here, in these below deck cabins, but it is sleek, silvery area, which has some translucent panels set in the ceiling and doors, more doors to the front and to the back. And there are what looks like some bench type things that are formed out of the walls on either side, and what looks like some kind of lock box. And although you get a general scent of silver from this area, like you did with the rest of the boat, the lockbox itself doesn't seem any stronger than anything else.
It's what I thought. I should go down. My dwarven expertise will probably come in useful for that lockbox over there.
Ooh, okay. If you go
Yes,
down, Zanaya will follow.
Well, as my grandpappy used to say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I tie off Roscoe to one of the to something. I don't know. It's up there.
The wheel.
The wheel. I tie him to the wheel. And we head towards the hatch.
Yeah, Roscoe's just trying to be like, yo, why? I just want to graze on something.
There's nothing.
There's nothing here to graze on. But if you head down there, you head down. And like I said, there's a lockbox of some sort, and there's doors to the front and the back of this boat.
Shall we split up? Urko says.
Great idea.
I don't see any problem with that.
I'll take
Nothing wrong ever came from that.
I'll go towards the front of the ship. No, I'll go towards the back. What am I talking about? It's always the butt of the ship.
There
Yes,
you
okay.
go.
Sorry. So towards the back, Urko goes, who would like to join me?
Zanaya goes, I'll go.
Not everyone at once. Thank you, Zanaya. Cool. So, is it a regular old like a door handle?
It's another one of those big wheels,
That's
like
big
like the doors
wheel.
of a submarine. But anyway, you can open it without too much trouble.
Cool. All right.
You open that up. Oh, one other thing about this room you dropped down into that I forgot to mention.
It's on fire.
It's on fire. You're all dead. So really shouldn't have gone down there. I don't know why you did. There are these pipes. Again, same metal the rest of the ship's made out of. They're just separate, so you notice them. That run along the ceiling between the room at the front and the room at the back. But yeah, if is anyone checking out that lockbox in this room? The dwarf and the radish farmer are going to check that out. It seems to be locked, and on that lock, it doesn't look normal. Looks like another one of those panels with 8 buttons on it. Exactly, well, not exactly the same, but it's very, very similar to the one on the top of the ship. Probably more miniaturized, so it fits on the front of this lockbox.
Well, there, partner. What do you think we should do?
There are 8 of them in all, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I mean, we could try to press all 8 of them at once. I only have 5 fingers.
Well, I could lend you 3.
That works.
That works out. I think hang on, check the math. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
1,
that
2,
that works.
3, 4, 5. I only got 5 and 3. I don't know how you get the 8. But I trust you.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
So you're just gonna press all the buttons at once?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Let's do it. You press, the two of you combine your hand forces and press all of the buttons at once. The first thing you notice is that it glows, humming to life. Specifically, the button that I have labeled as number 8. That like lights up. But the other one, so that lights up like green, but the fact that you're pressing all of the other ones, they all light up red. And what I need is agility saving throws, or I say reflex saving throws from both of you as sparks begin to fly off of this thing.
Would you say my armor check penalty works against me?
Oh, actually, yes, it would. In this instance, it would. Yes.
All right.
Then it would work, against me as well. So that would be a 11.
11 for me as well.
Hey, you both only take half damage. Good for you. Yeah, you both take 2 points of damage from electricity as it just surges through you. Do you let go?
I mean, if a rattler bites you, you do let go of its tail, don't you? So, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you let go. The 8th button remains green. The rest of them, and like remains depressed, and the rest of them pop back out.
Oh. So I think I may be a simple son of a radish farmer, but I do believe we at least got 1 out of the 8.
You should not insult yourself, Percival. You are as wise as I am.
Well, that's kind of you to say. Which one should we try next? Do you think we have enough in us to continue that method throughout the entire thing?
I'm going to tell you that in a second. I can probably make 6 more mistakes.
That done hurt. That was not pleasant in the least bit. All right. Well, let's look at this. So you said number 8, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's try number 4.
Number 4.
Let's go right across from it.
All right. Wow, that was a lucky guess. You press number 4, it pops open.
Well, shucks, close my mouth and call me Sal.
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
Sal.
No, it's personal, but anyway.
So basically, you press number 4, it lights up green, depresses, and then they both pop back out, and the lights go off, and the lockbox pops open. You can look inside. What could be in it?
Well, hang on, Dorp. I take my spear and I lift the lid, kind of leaning back away.
All right.
I hide behind my shield.
I want both of you to roll 1d6.
6.
2.
Okay. You find. Oh, let's see what 2 is. Oh, that's fun. You find a can that seems to be metal, and it has a little nozzle thing on top that points forward, and then directly on top there seems to be some sort of button. The other thing you find is a small. I guess it wouldn't be in a box, just because they're already in a lockbox. But you find 3. Oh, it looks like they are. How would I describe them to a medieval person? They are like little silver bars, but they seem to be. Oh shoot! This is difficult to describe without just saying what it is. It's like, okay, bar shaped, but there is some sort of silver coating or wrapping on them that seems to be flexible. Like you could probably tear it if you wanted to. And they're about, they're like yay big.
If I take the can and I rattle it, I shake it, do I hear a rattle coming from inside?
Yep.
Is it written WD-40 on it?
No, it says aqua and then net. So
it has some weird runes on it, so you don't know what they mean, but it definitely has some sort of label.
Orf, have you ever seen anything like this in your days?
I have none. This is a very strange object. Does it smell like silver?
Does it smell like silver? It doesn't. It smells metallic.
Is there any other kind of symbol on it, like something that maybe we would recognize in a common universe setting?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
Does it bear a symbol resembling one of the symbols on the lock?
No, it does not.
Oh, okay.
Good question.
I guess I have to preface this by saying I am playing a dwarf with an intelligence of 4.
Sure.
So he doesn't believe anything can harm him for real. So
you're gonna spray a little.
Oh no! You're gonna squirt it into your mouth?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. You press down the button, you hear and this rope of like sticky stuff shoots out of the canister and onto your tongue. And if you go to like say anything or like your tongue like hits the roof of your mouth and then just stays there.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So you have to talk funny now.
Great.
You have used the aerosol adhesive item.
Shut up.
Well, I can't understand a thing. You sound like Roscoe when he went and done licked that tar adhesive of Dad's back when we were shingling the roof.
Yeah, it's got give me your hat. Give me your hat.
All right. I give him my hat. No, my hand.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Yes.
All right. Put your other hand like that. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna spray some adhesive on your first hand.
Yeah, you do it. You stick those hands together.
Now, well, no, not his, both of his, mine and his.
No, that's what I thought. You stick
Okay.
those hands together.
All right.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
we're gonna pull out. I need to see how much force we need.
Oh, okay. Oh, geez. This is the Roscoe incident all over again.
Yeah, let me check the rules on like if people do this. I
like this problem solving from Dwarf though. Like very
I am
good.
so sorry, Percival.
No,
I am
it's
so
good. I
sorry.
love this.
Oh, I also need to check how many uses the item has real quick and make note of that.
It's not an adventure until somebody gets glued to somebody else. Just saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I need strength checks from both of you.
Oh, that would be an 18 from me.
Oh.
2 seconds.
Oh,
That's
and go ahead.
No, go ahead.
With 18 plus 2 with the modifier, if we were doing that.
I have a 15 if I add my +1 from strength.
Well, let me tell you, you're really, really good at pulling each other apart. You do it. Some skin comes off when you do that. That's unpleasant.
Whose
But-
skin? Someone or on both?
A little bit of both, because you both rolled really high. So,
Oh
You
no,
could-
yeah, we have a bit of me stuck all over you.
ugh.
We're like brothers almost in the sense that I don't know. I think we both like ran to the other side of the hallway. Like
Ugh. Yeah, you both like go flying either side, and you both bang up against the wall. But yeah, you both take 1 point of damage
Oh,
to your
fuck.
hit points, and you take 1 point of agility damage. Because now it's just a little harder to use that hand, and that kind of gives you a it's not you're a little it's not you're not quite as useful. Oh, can I also ask? So those weirdly like silver wrapped bars. Can somebody roll me? I think 1D. Yes, 1D7. There are 3 of them, so 3 times, and tell me the 3 numbers that you get.
all right. I can 3 times.
Yep.
All right. I've got a 4, a 2, and a 7.
4, a 2, and a 7. You got it. Oh, also, I will point out that if you, the radish farmer, sniff these, they do smell vaguely like food.
Oh.
But
Dwarf, we got to get your tongue unstuck. This does smell heavenly.
let's
crap.
let's cut back over to our people. You went towards the back or the front?
We were easily turning that door.
Yeah. So you folks headed in there basically at the same time that the other two started playing around with the
figuring
the
it out, I
lockbox.
think is what you
Yeah.
meant. Yes.
Yeah. You step into this room that seems to have so there's pipes running from the ceiling that come down and seem to pipe into this weird mechanical apparatus. These huge cylinders and like turbines and stuff. If I was just going to tell you what it looked like from a modern perspective, I would say a jet engine. From a medieval perspective, I wouldn't even know how to begin to describe that. So you see that. And you also see that there is another one of those lock boxes that is on the floor.
Urko was like, Zania, and just drops to her knees. I'm looking for pedals. I think this is some type of religious organ or something, like we could play it. All the pipes and the tubes and the hoo-hoo and the hee-hee.
Zanaya is standing there very, very serious. He goes, yeah. Okay. And then she starts looking around the edge of everything for the pedals for you. She doesn't really know what you're talking about, but like she's down. But if she sees the lockbox, she will freeze stop what she's doing and like walk towards it while trying to make eye contact with you.
Yeah.
Like, do you?
Urka goes,
Right.
Zenny, I can't hear you thinking or searching, so I'm going to look over and okay. Yes.
Like this
Oh.
awkward moment of like, I have an idea. Do you have the same idea? But she's not going to say anything.
Yeah. Shh, the box can hear us. That's
Zanaya freezes.
Muffled
kidding,
from
I'm
the other chamber, you hear a crackling sound of electricity, but think nothing of it.
they're fine. They're fine. I'm sure. It's
Yeah.
one of them.
You notice on this lockbox there is that same panel that you saw on the thing upstairs.
Cool. Well, we'll pretend we didn't hear anything, or let's assume that there's another set of runes to.
When you say the lockbox can hear us, Zanaya immediately drops to the ground and starts rolling towards it.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was kidding. I did not mean to scare you in any way. It was.
Oh, okay. And she
yeah,
like
it was,
yells.
It was a joke. Shall we press one of the buttons? It seems oh so enticing.
Yes. And Zanaya like sits and is like, what about pick number 3, my lord?
Okay. I mean, I'm a fan of number 2, but I will go with you and pick number 3.
Oh,
We pick 3.
Wow. Okay. You press 3. It lights up red, and a spark of electricity shoots out of it. I need whoever was pressing it a reflex saving throw.
We press it together.
Yeah.
I think that you both need to make it.
And I'm sorry, what saving throw was it?
Reflex.
13.
Remember, you can spend points of luck. You can burn your luck stat to get bonuses on rolls.
Okay. How about I'll burn 2 and get 15? Can
Sure.
I burn 2? Okay. That was just seemed an interesting time to bring that up. So
No, it was just something that I should have mentioned earlier. But I know you've been accumulating a lot of luck, and you're probably going to keep accumulating it. So honestly, might as well find a way to spend it.
I'm gonna stick with my 12 I rolled.
You do 12. No, those are actually both enough. So let's. Okay, you both take 2 points of electricity damage as this thing zaps you.
yeah, so all right. This is a fun game, isn't it? Here's the thing. Urkel looks around. I've been the butt of many a joke. That one's for free. And let's assume are we imagining one of these buttons actually opens up the box? What if none of them do?
What if we just throw the box against the wall?
Ooh, a little physical damage.
I mean, it works with my sister's diary.
Ooh, I want to hear about this in a minute. What if we try one more button and then throw it?
I agree.
Okay, yes.
Zanaya awaits your lead.
Oh, I mean,
My number didn't work.
let's take your number and double it. So let's go for it. We go for 6.
6.
Mhm.
You press 6. Unfortunately, that also turns red. I need reflex saves from you again.
This is exciting.
This is
Oh my.
8.
That was a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. You each take yeah. No. Oh, no, I didn't roll very well. Okay. you each only take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
So I imagine for the wizard this is not looking.
This is very dire.
Yes.
I think I have 1. I'm gonna die by lockbox.
So if we look at this box, is there an obvious seal on it as well? Like a clamshell, like it opens up from the top, or
yeah, like there's a hinge on it and everything. Yeah.
All right. Urko pulls out a glittering tangerine dagger and just tries to cram it into the seam of the box and just wrench it, like puts it on the ground, puts one oh gosh, orange boot into the box, and then just and on the other side tries to use torque to cram it open.
I want a strength check.
Not going to hurt my friend. Are we friends before I do this?
If we're not friends, I'm not going to do it.
Why would I walk into an abandoned ship with someone I didn't think was my friend?
I mean, it's 19.
Oh, cool. Now I need you to roll me luck. So roll me 1d20. You want to get under your luck score.
Okay. I got over my luck score.
Okay. You open this, you wrench it open, it snaps and opens up. And but the problem is that your dagger keeps going, right? The blade of it goes farther into the box, and you hear shattering glass from something inside. So you look into the box and you notice that there is some sort of helmet type thing, again made of metal, and what seem like very weird vials of liquid with metal screw-on caps, one of which, or wait, no, hold on, two of which are destroyed. And the liquid has leaked all inside, but they have some sort of crimson liquid within them, or the one that's left.
How many are left?
There's just the one. Yeah, and this metal helmet type thing.
All right. Well, these are yours, Xenia, for your pain, your troubles. I don't know what it is, so don't drink it immediately.
Oh, okay. But she gets really excited, and she will go and can I put the helmet on?
Yeah, let me
kill me. It's charmed or something. I just know
it. Yeah, let's see here. An awkward looking device. It is a silver skull cap with 9 metal arcs radiating outward from the top. These arcs are roughly 2 feet long and compose the frame for the top of a sphere.
It's an umbrella hat.
It's kind of an umbrella hat. Let's see. A pair of bands accompanies the cap, I assume, to strap it on. And you see that on the you can just put it on and nothing happens, but you notice that on the side of it is another one of those 8 runed panels. From the other room you hear a crash, like 2 people just were both thrown against opposite walls.
They're just having a good time, I'm sure.
Okay. Does the vial have anything written on it?
No, it does not.
Is there an image on it, like a skull or a heart or
No, there isn't anything like that, though I will allow for potions the taste test rule, where you can try it and it's like, oh god, this tastes horrible, it's probably bad for me, I shouldn't drink the rest of it, or oh, this seems good, I can get an idea of what it does.
All right, Urko will just slide one finger in the inside the box to grab some of the spilled stuff, avoiding glass, I will say.
Sure. Yeah, and then lick your finger, and it is good. You heal 1 hit point. You're pretty sure this is some sort of healing potion liquid that was spilled.
Down the hatch, Xenia. It's it's a healing potion. I'm feeling pretty. You could also maybe get a little more from these drippings. I'm not sure.
Do you need any?
I'm fine.
Okay. She's gonna chug it.
All right.
How big is this thing? Is it little?
I mean, it's potion sized. So if you chug it, you regain 3 hit points.
Oh my goodness, thank you. I'm not gonna die.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and you drank that healing potion. But yeah, you have that big goofy. You know what that hat looks like? Did anyone see the beginning of the first Back to the Future movie, the goofy hat that Doc Brown is wearing?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone remember that? It's a very specific reference, but I feel like that's what that looks like. But yeah,
we should let Percy or Dwarf try this hat with its many buttons.
Yeah. With that, Zanaya will, if you will allow her to, grab your hand and run through the door.
Yeah, we quick look around. Was there anything else in the room? Cool,
nope.
Or okay,
Nothing else.
No buttons that are just like turn on boat. Okay.
No,
Alright.
apparently not. Lots of machinery, but no controls for the machinery.
Gotcha. Engine room. Gotcha. Ish.
So yeah, if you run out of the room, you see Dwarf and Radish Farmer are both like laying against either wall. They seem to have hurt their hands. There's a lockbox next to them that's wide open.
All right.
Y'all, there. Don't try to eat anything that's in that canister. It's some kind of glue of sorts. Maybe. I don't know. That was mighty strange. But hey, check these out. And I toss one of these to Xenia. I toss her one of the silver things that smell of food.
Yeah, the silver wrap bars.
I will catch and almost fumble it because I am clumsy. But if I look at it, do I recognize it?
No, you don't recognize it. It has some sort of writing on it in text in like a language that you don't understand. But yeah, you do see that like it looks like it has the silver metallic-y coating, but it seems malleable. Like if you wanted to rip it off, you probably could.
Can I open it?
Yeah, you can open it up. Inside.
Will it ruin it if I do?
I can't tell you that.
Oh. She will ask her friends, can I open it?
Yeah, go ahead. And I go over and I'm like, all right, Dwarf, come here. We're gonna take care of this. Open up. Say this is gonna hurt. Hang on. 3, 2, 1, like a Band-Aid.
Oh, ow. Oh. Yeah. Well, I mean, that'll do it.
You okay? You okay there, partner?
If Percy's too strong, does he rip out Dwarf's tongue?
Oof, let's not go there.
He's gonna try to avoid that at all cost.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, make a luck check, Dwarf.
Uh-oh. I have to just roll like a d20 plus luck.
Oh no, you're rolling a d20 and you're trying to get under whatever your luck score is.
Oh, okay. It says, oh no, that doesn't work. NAN. And put a wrong value on it. I got above my luck score.
Oh, okay, cool. So you take you just take another point of agility loss. But like, oh gosh, that hurts a lot. I mean, your tongue doesn't rip out though. I'm not gonna do that to you. But yeah, and you know, talking is still not great, but it's possible now.
Yeah, it's just another type of like, cause like my tongue is probably swollen.
So now that we're past that, that problem's been solved. Yeah. Did anyone want to try to eat one of those things? Or I'm sorry, not eat. Did anyone want to try and open one of those things that smells like food?
I think Percy like picks one up and like undoes the wrapper.
Okay, you want to do the wrapper?
Didn't Zanaya do the same thing?
Yeah, but Zanaya will also give Dwarf her hat because she feels bad.
Thank you.
Dwarf, once again, you notice it has this 8-button panel on it, but otherwise it's a very silly large metal hat. Yeah, if you open up the first of the bars, you let's see, there it looks like some weird like granola bar type thing. It's like a grayish brown form pressed food bar that seems very dense.
This is like great grandma's fruit pies back on the farm. My goodness.
Urko goes, I'll tell you what, it looks like someone's already eaten it. So it's
There you go.
Zanaya slowly sets it on the ground.
It's probably, yes, it's some sort of energy type thing.
Well,
It's
I've never
for
been
people with
one.
no imagination for food.
I've never been one to look a gift horse in the mouth, and that's how I ended up with Roscoe. So,
I should point out, you can now you can smell like the food smell wafts off it. Now it doesn't have its wrapper on it. And Roscoe's head just pokes down through the porthole. You hear,
yeah, I'll get you some. Hang on. And I take a bite. I nibble a corner off of it.
ooh, it's not tasty, but it is nourishing. It's very, very chewy. You got a pretty good one. So you suddenly, like, as soon as you swallow down a few bites of it, you feel your ears. It's kind of like when your ears pop on a plane, right? And it's like they pop and then they feel clearer than they've ever been, and you feel that your hearing is now more acute.
Oh.
You are also nourished in terms of rations for the day. You do not need to eat anything, assuming you finish eating this bar. You cannot be surprised by anything that makes sound. Let's see. There's
How many bars were there again? Just 2?
There were 3 total. I will also point out that now that you have very acute hearing, in the distance you can hear some kind of howling. Sounds like it might be an animal or several animals, and it's like approaching, but it seems like it's still pretty far off.
Hey, y'all hear that? Sounds like coyotes out in the distance. I think I'm gonna wander up and take a gander, Lex.
So feeling a lot of pressure, like a progress clock has started. So shall we check the other rooms?
Oh, when blah blah, I'm forgetting character names. When Erko, right? Urko says that. So the first Percival, Erko is so loud. Why are they so? It's like they just shouted right in your ear when they.
Dear friend, why are you shouting in my ear? Oh my!
I'm speaking at normal.
No!
Now I'm yelling.
Oh!
When Urko yells
better.
at you, I need you to make a fortitude save.
Sorry.
That's great. Oh Lord, that wasn't good. That's an 8.
Oh no. Let's see. You're like slightly disoriented because your ears are just ringing from how loud that was. For the next like half a minute, you just have that ringing in your ears, and then it sort of fades off. So you have very acute hearing, but if a loud noise happens right next to you, it deafens you.
That's better. I'm gonna sit down for a minute now. Hang on.
Is it just me, or is it everyone?
I don't know. Dwarf, say something.
Why are you all whispering?
Oh gosh. No, it's everybody.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
everyone.
good. Okay.
Anyway, so does anyone want to check out any of those other the other bars? Roscoe is still very interested.
Zanaya is hesitant. She'll pick up the one that was on the ground. Can I break it in half and give half of it to Urko?
Yeah, I guess you could. I don't know if the special effect. You know what? I'd say the special effect would affect both of you, but like you can't both be fully nourished from it because you're only both eating half. So let's put it that way. But if you'd both like to try the second bar, you certainly can. Let's see here. You both take a nibble on that bar. As soon as you bite into it, you realize that this one has probably gone bad. You for the next 2 hours, you develop a horrible skin rash.
And we are malnourished now, right? Like we're even hungrier. Like,
No, you're not even hungrier. But you do both take 3 points of agility damage. I will point out, I don't know how you would know this, so I'm just going to tell you. 2 dice of clerical healing will remove this agility damage.
If I
Urko is the
just
cleric,
roll-
right? Am I correct?
Yeah. So if I
So-
just roll 2 dice to heal
Mm.
us, because I know we
If-
can. I know we heal by resting as well, but
If you do a lay on hands ability
okay.
as your cleric and you get a 12 against someone who has the same alignment as you, so you could do this with yourself, obviously, you get 2 dice of healing. So normally the way that works is if someone is hurt, you can say, I lay on hands. You have the same alignment as me. I roll a 12. That means the person who's hurt now gets to take whatever their hit die is for their class. So like if you're a warrior, I think it's like a d12 or something, and you roll 2d12 and heal that much damage.
Okay.
Or like a wizard would be 2d4. And then there's like a little chart where if they have a different alignment than you, it's like they get less healing dice and stuff. But if you roll higher, you can heal more dice. And basically you can trade those dice in to get rid of certain ailments like poison, like this thing, stuff like that.
Yeah. I'd like to. Could I do that? Should I ask if Zanaya and Dwarf have a? Are you also neutral? Your alignment.
I'm chaotic.
I'm definitely chaotic.
Well, those would both be adjacent, I believe, because I think neutral is the alignment in the middle. There are 3 alignments: law, neutral, and chaotic. So I'm pretty sure neutral is the one in the middle. So for you, either other alignment would be adjacent to you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to touch myself, and then
1d20
double-
plus 2.
get. And I got 18. I got double 8s plus 2. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 18 is just shy of 20, but you get 3 dice. So you could use 2 of those dice to remove that agility damage that I just dealt to you. And then you still have a die to heal of your whatever your hit dice are.
Okay, but this is just for me, or do they also then get to do?
This is just for you.
Just for me. Okay.
I will point out lay on hands is something you can just keep using.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, the only downside to it is if you roll a nat 1, you get deity disapproval. And then that's cumulative. So if you rolled another nat 1, now it's if you roll a 1 or a 2, or I'm sorry, you roll a nat 1, then it's a 1 or a 2, then it's a 1, 2, or a 3, and so on and so forth. And when you hit deity disapproval, there's a chance your god does bad stuff to you.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I rolled 2, so I get 2 more hit points. All right. And now, and she's like, excuse me, do you mind if I use these hands? Are very clean. She shows the hands.
Are they really, are they really clean?
They are. I mean, she hasn't done any work recently. She's not like a monster. She's got, I guess I should say, like, attached to her orange belt, there's that tangerine dagger, and then a golden plunger mace. So like she's got all the workings and instruments of a plumber, but they have, she's not using it. So if I may, and then she just boops the 2 of them at the same time on the nose to lay on hands. And
sure. So yeah, roll 1d20 plus 2 separate times.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry, math. 31.
Whoa. I'm sorry. Wait, is that?
Did you say 1d20?
I need 1d20 2 separate times, so I had 2 separate rolls for each of the 2 characters. So tell me what those. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So one got a 12 and one got a 21. There it is.
Okay. If they are of adjacent alignment,
I'll take the 12.
Then you get 1 healing dice, which isn't enough to cure any agility damage, but you can heal up a little bit. And the 21 is a bunch of dice. So it was the wizard that you booped with the other boop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can definitely cure that agility damage with 2 of those dice, and the other one you can use for healing if you'd like, 1d4 to heal.
All right. And you see like an orange glow around all of you, and you feel very warm. And Urko's going, by the power of the goddess Nitrogene. And
Also, side note, I'm so glad that someone decided to play the cleric because testing this adventure, I was like, oh God, without a cleric, this is so much harder. People get
Huh.
dealt damage all the time. So yeah. Anyhow, so that food bar had gone bad. That was no good.
That's the last time I eat a snack out of a mystery box.
I mean-
Sanaya says.
Yeah. Well, luckily the cleric cured your rash, so that's good. And yeah, and there's one bar left, which may be good, it may be bad.
You think it's gonna repair my tongue? Or you want to give it to a mule?
I don't know. I mean, this one is allows you to hear things just great, but I
What?
don't know what happened over there. So we could try it.
At this point, Roscoe's head is all the way leaned down as far as it can go into the cabin, and you just hear
Oh, okay, Roscoe. Okay, geez. I open up the third bar and I break like a little bit off, and I inspect it a little bit. Does it look okay or?
yeah, it looks all right.
All right, I hand it up to him, a little bit of it.
Cool. Nibbles on it, and then and then Roscoe's pupils dilate, and it just looks real. I mean, for lack of a better word, Roscoe looks really high right now.
Oh no, Percy, you've got a glassy ass up there.
Okay, you get a point for that. That's really good.
Roscoe, sit down. I'll get you some water. Y'all, I got to go take care of him real quick. I clamber up the ladder or whatever we use to get down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you clamber up the ladder. Roscoe's swaying back and forth.
All right, just sit down. Sit.
Roscoe sort of like stumbles, like sways and stumbles back and forth and just falls over onto his butt. It's Roscoe's a mess. You really gonna need to.
Quite sure I want to is it.
I'll point out, Percival, you can also hear those noises a little louder than you could before. Something is definitely approaching. And if you're upstairs, you can look out over the expanse of wasteland, and you do see off in the distance, it looks like some sort of group of creatures approaching. One that looks quite big, the others look human-sized, but they're far enough where you just make out the shapes.
Well, and I know I didn't describe Percival really well at the beginning. He is a warrior, so he does have armor and he's kind of bristling with weapons. So he kind of looks at this and is like, "Oh, that looks bad in many ways. Hey, y'all, we got company incoming. You might want to get up here, take a look at this." And he starts sets up like his bow and his quiver of arrows kind of adjacent to him, and kind of has a spear and shield at the ready then.
Yeah. So other people, would you like to check out the rest of that strange mystery bar, check out the other door, or go back upstairs, or split up?
We need to get this rust bucket moving. So you think the controls are down here in this other room, or should we head up top?
Well, we could also. I'll go up top to help protect the place.
If you all want to try to get this thing moving, that's fine. I could Dwarf and I could probably, help hold us off with whatever Roscoe sobers up here.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. I got fire. And she makes eye contact at the door with the engine in it.
Yeah, just blow it up. That's a good idea.
I think you're a genius. Go do it.
Okay. Tanaya runs into the engine room.
Whew. All right.
So I guess we did split up.
You did split up.
Yeah, Urko's going to the front room.
Okay.
Dwarf's going to Percy, and then.
Let's do the front room first, real quick.
Okay.
You open up the door to the front room. Swing it open. You're human, so it's dark in here, but you can see there is a bit of illumination.
Mhm.
From the far end of the room, there is a green glow that casts sort of a faint light over what seem to be control consoles, other strange machines. But that light is emanating from a glass tube, like a wide glass tube set against the wall that all these pipes are running to, and there are just wires that run into it. Inside the tube, from which this green glow emanates, is a fluid which contains a human brain. You look at it and you can hear faintly in your mind, "Give me power." Just very faintly. It's kind of one of those things where, like, because you're in the room and there aren't like walls blocking, that's pretty sure why you can hear it. There is also in front of it what seems to be some sort of like a receptacle. It has like the tubes, there are wires and things hooked into it, and it looks like something's supposed to be placed inside it.
Like a human-sized thing, or
No, just like
Okay.
the size of, like, I don't know, your hand or something.
Okay, sweet crawling crapper. What is this? This is terrifying. She goes over to the obviously not going to break the brain out of the case. She said like there's a bunch of tubes leading to the brain, and there's also a bunch of tubes that lead towards this missing thing that might be the power supply. Some kind. Is there she checks the ground again. Stuff always gets knocked around. You see like a roly bauble of some kind, or
You don't see anything like that, but you as you're getting closer, you can hear the voice a little more clearly, and it's just like, "I can sense it. You have one of the stones. Please, I need its energy."
Oh, can you hear me, by the way? She says to it. She says it and thinks it.
And thinks it.
Just really loudly.
Yes, biological organism, I hear you.
Can if I power you, can we steer you?
I can take you where you need to go.
Well, you don't know me, so don't pretend to. But and then she just yells up to Percy and Dwarf, "Hey, if I got this dinghy moving, would that be good?"
That'd probably be a smart idea.
Meanwhile, on the top deck, you can see these things are getting closer. They've broken into a run, seeing there are people standing on the top deck. I mean, before they saw the mule, and that excited them, but now they're like, "Oh wow, there are humanoids up there too," and they've broken into a run. Everyone can hear them at this point, and they are howling in some sort of bestial howl as they're getting closer. One of them you can tell is very big, like ogre sized, though they all look somewhat similar in terms of features and skin tone, and it's not pleasant. They all have these sort of very bestial countenances, with this sort of pallid yellow gray skin, and they have different weapons that they're brandishing as they run towards the ship.
Dwarf, I don't think this is the welcoming committee, and if it is a welcoming committee, I don't think it's anything we want to be a part of. I think we should try to repel them before they even get near here.
We want to get off the ship.
Well, I think we should try to stay on as much as possible if they're about ready to get this thing moving, but you got any ranged weaponry of some sort, some kind of something?
I know. I got this here. My voice keeps changing all the time.
I got this here rope. I'm gonna tie it on myself and tie it to the. Is there a guardrail to this ship?
Yeah, let's say there's probably a guardrail.
Tie it to the guardrail, and that way I can jump down and I can fight. And then if the ship starts to move, I move with it because I'm tied to it.
Dwarf, I am certainly glad you are a smart fella. I like that idea, and I do likewise with my 50 feet of rope. And I think we jump down and head him off a bit.
Sure. Cool. You're getting ready to fight. You're down.
I don't see anything wrong with this plan.
Mhm.
Absolutely not.
Nope. Nothing. Yeah, you jump down. You're getting ready to fight. Does Xenia do anything? You're now alone on the deck next to a very trippy donkey.
Well, I mean, probably. She's probably going to follow suit. She has fire. She likes to use fire. She would probably tie herself as well to the ship because everybody else is doing it. It seems like a great idea. But they're too far out to like attack with the magic.
Yeah, they are too far out. I don't remember the range on your fire hands spell, but I don't think it's far enough yet. Though you could like ready an action, and when they get close enough, I'll have you can roll for your spell if you'd like.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love to ready my casting of the fire hands. It's
Nice.
flaming hands, but
All right, cool. Meanwhile, back below decks, next to the disembodied brain.
And Urko's just going, yes, as a gong farmer, I see a lot of sick things. So this is it's pretty mild for me. What is it, Tuesday? Come on. Or Wednesday, whatever we use here, this new world. And she just like pulls the green gem out of her pocket that they got when they first got there. You said it had something inset in it as well?
No, it's just
Okay,
a shard of gemstone.
Shard, okay. She kind of goes, okay, and like sticks it into the place, the missing spot where it supposedly would go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like there's a fitted slot that this shard of stone would fit into, but you can put it in there. And when you do, it sparks, and sort of electricity sparks off of it into the container, and the glow in it fades. And with that, the whole ship powers up, and you can like hear the hum of the machines start to go. The translucent panels on the ceiling light up because they were fluorescent lights the whole time. And now the entire interior is well lit, and you could hear the voice in your mind. Oh, that is so much better. Well, yes, we should definitely be on our way. Thank you so much. I needed that. And the whole boat starts to like rock a little bit as it starts to try to dislodge itself from the place that it's been stuck in.
Urko goes, okay, well, great. I'll just go up front and steer you up top.
You just hear this slight, like very slight laughter. It's like, no. I will take us exactly where we need to go. This, you're not from here. Now I can finally scan you properly.
Well, first of all, none of your business. Second of all, you'll take us where we want to go, or I'm start smashing stuff in here. All right, I got a bunch of, but yes, we would like to go away. I believe. Thank you. What's your name, by the way? I'm Urkolano Orange.
Ah, yes, Urdukaga is my name, or that was what I was known as in days of old.
Should I not say your name 3 times or something? Does that power you down? Or
no, I don't think that does, and I don't know why that would do anything.
Okay, well, I'm leaving this room now, so stop talking to me. As Urko like leaves, just like I feel like I did him bad, but like we got to get out of here. So
yeah, you start leaving the room, and the voice is like, "Don't worry, I can communicate you anywhere on the ship with ease now that I have full power."
So you can talk to all of us.
Oh yeah, the rest of you hear in your mind, actually a little more faintly because you're not on the ship currently, but you can hear, Hello, Offworlders. Thank you for powering my vessel. I will now be taking you away from here.
Yeah, Urko runs up to the deck and just goes, hustle button, beat cheeks, we're going.
At this point, the creatures get to the ship, or they get close enough to the ship, at which point the spell that was being held can go off. So let's roll for that spell.
Let's light these chicken nuggets on fire. Oh, boy. Okay. So I roll my d20 and then I add my spellcasting level and my intelligence modifier, correct?
Yes, if you would like to do spell burn, call that before you make the roll. So if you're like, I'm going to burn, some points of luck or some points of agility, strength, or
Okay.
stamina, and then figure out what that bonus is before you roll the d20, this would be the time to announce that. But you certainly don't have to. That's just an option.
I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to save that for when things get crazy and the evil brain tries to, kill us.
Mhm.
For now, that would be a 12.
A 12.
So it says a single blast of fire strikes one target within range for 1d3 points of damage.
Yep. Roll 1d3, and that's how much damage you do.
Let's get this rolling. That's 2.
Nice. Yeah, so you hit. Oh, which one were you aiming for? There's the big boy. There's one that looks fancier than the other ones. And there is actually, let me tell you exactly how many there are. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 4. So yeah, there's big boy, one that looks fancier than the other ones, and 2 that look like kind of ordinary.
The fancy one.
Okay. Yeah, your fire arcs and hits the fancy one. It looks quite annoyed. I want everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I mean, they were gonna attack you anyway, but you just got an extra action, surprise round type thing.
Okay.
So that's a 15 for me, Lex.
Okay.
16 for me.
5 for Urko.
So I'm sorry. The 16 was dwarf.
Yep.
Then what was Percival? What did you say yours was?
15.
And what was Urko's again?
A really big 5.
A really big 5.
Mm-hmm.
And the smuggler wizard.
13.
13. Okay. The one that goes first, the 19, the fancy man. They get closer. I actually have art of them that I can show. No, I don't have the image separated. I don't have art of them that I can show you right now. But yeah, like as they're getting closer, you notice they look they're humanoid, but they're very bestial looking. They have like sharp, crooked teeth, like a squashed, like snout like nose, and scraggly facial hair, but not very much hair on the top of their heads. And they just wear strings of like severed ears and like fingers and stuff. They look very unpleasant, although they also seem to have weird technical bits. Like one of them has like a cybernetic type eye implant. Another one has a robotic arm, Furiosa style. And the fancy one pulls out from strung along their back what looks like some sort of it's you haven't seen anything like it before. It's got a handle like a crossbow, but then there isn't any like bow part that like pulls back or whatever. There's just like a straight line, and it's all made of silver, and they point it at one of the three of you. They point it at dwarf and pull the trigger, and a beam of crackling energy shoots out of it.
What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
I mean, yeah, he just shot you with a gun, so that's what's happening right now. I need to make sure that I know what the roll to hit for this is. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And that is what's your armor class is really high. What is your armor class?
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, no, doesn't even come close to hitting you. This thing just glances off of you like your shoulder plate, and the beam just goes flying off in another direction. That after that creature closes the gap and is now in melee with you. Just like animalistic screaming. It sounds horrible. That is the end of its turn. It is now the dwarf's turn.
Well, that'll teach you to bring a gun to a sword fight. And I'll get my club and I'll clubber the person over.
Cool.
Fancy person.
Roll to hit.
Yes. So my attack would be a d20. That's my action dice. And then it says attack plus a d4.
Oh,
I guess I
yeah,
rolled
dwarves
both?
have deed die, don't they? So you can, you get the d4 either way, but you can choose to perform a mighty deed of action or deed. When before you roll your attack, you say, I want to do this specific thing. Push my
Okay.
enemy down, trip them, disarm them, something like that.
I think I want to trip him.
Sure.
I'm gonna aim the club, which I'm picture is like this like baseball bat shape implement, just slightly shorter, all in wood, except that the tip is like covered in heavy iron studs, and I'm just aiming for the knee, really.
Sure.
And so it's a d20 plus a d4 plus 1. That's a lot of dice.
It's like 2 dice.
2 is a lot for me. Oh, great. Not 1.
Ooh. Fumble table, everyone. Fumble table. Let's find out where that is. I'm actually right near there in the book. Ooh, and you roll a really big fumble die because you have heavy armor on. Would you tell me what your fumble die is?
D16.
D16. Wow. On a 0 through 16 table, you roll a D16. I believe you get 2. Do you have a bonus or a penalty to your luck score?
No, it's a 0.
Okay, then you don't have to worry about that. So roll me a D16 and tell me what you get.
And that would be an 11.
Be an 11. You swing wildly and leave yourself off balance. Take -4 penalty to your next attack roll. So yeah, you're like, I'm going to go for his knee. And you wind up and go to swing your club. And the creature's just too fast and it dodges it. And you do one of those things where you spin around like in a cartoon and your helmet like turns around on your head and you have to like readjust it and you get real dizzy. It's just comical, but it's no good. So yeah, remember you have -4 penalty to your next attack roll.
Yep.
And that is your turn unless you'd like to move anywhere.
I don't have any. I'm not like the warrior. I don't have the ability to have an extra attack, I think.
No, you do not. Also, we're all level 2, so nobody has a extra attack anyway.
Oh, okay. Never mind that. Yeah, that is. Oh no, wait! I can do a shield bash as a second attack.
There you go. I forgot. I gave you a shield.
Yeah, it uses a D14 to hit instead of a D20.
So you have a -4 penalty to this attack roll.
Yeah, but do I also add my D4?
Yeah, I believe you do. I think you get to add that die whenever. Yeah,
Okay.
you get to add that die whenever.
So the total is a 9 with the -4 penalty. Yeah.
Okay, well that is not going to hit, but
All
you
right.
did get that -4 penalty out of your system.
Yep. Yay.
So you tap to shield bash, doesn't work. You're too dizzy.
I'm just spinning spinning around.
Okay, that's the end of your turn. Up next, we have Percival.
All right. Is the one who has the robotic arm near me?
Sure, I'm gonna say that's that's not the fancy man. That's one of the others.
All right.
Yes.
So with D20, and then I'm going to declare a deed. I'm literally going to disarm somebody.
Sure.
And I'm going to target that robotic arm because that catches my attention. So
yeah.
19 on the D20. That's not even with the ability there. And then a 4 on the D4.
Oh, so your deed activates and you definitely hit. So you're trying to do a disarm. Let's see. Disarm attacks. You got a 4 on the D4. Let's see. Roll me 1d6 and let me know what number you get.
All right. I got a 5.
5. Cool. So what you do is you what kind of weapon do you have?
I was rushing at him with I had a shield in one hand and I had a spear in the other.
Okay. So you go and you stab, you probably have to run forward a little bit. You stab into the robotic arm, like the joint thing between it, and just twist, and the whole thing just snaps apart. It looks like it was really old and like kind of rusty and weather beaten, but you give it a lot of force and it just snaps apart. And yeah, and that was the arm that the creature was holding its weapon in, which was a wooden club with a stone affixed to it, like caveman style. And yeah, and that falls to the ground as the arm is just wrenched apart. Please roll your damage.
All right, and with the spear is a D8. So that's 6 plus 1, I believe.
Oh, also, whatever your D die was, that 4, that gets added to your damage as well.
Okay, so let's see, 12 total.
Okay, well, let me re-narrate that real quick for you. You go, you get hook into this thing's arm, you twist, the arm pops apart, and your momentum carries you forward, and the spear continues through the chest of this creature, and you just get up like face to face with it. Looks hideous, breath smells awful, and it just sort of growls at you as it coughs up some blood and mutters something in a language you don't understand, and then slumps lifeless on your spear. This thing is dead. You killed it. So and that's it for your turn. Quite successful. Zanaya, it is your turn.
All right. So, a question, because I missed this little detail. Is the one that Percival just killed the one that's in front of Dwarf?
No, it's one of the other ones. He had to run up to it.
May I use the magics again, please?
Yes. What would you like to use? Burning Hand spell or a different spell?
Oh, I'm gonna choking cloud this little evil thing.
Sure.
So let's see if I can successfully accomplish this. Oh. Sometimes the dice don't want to roll for me. There we go. Oh, yay. Okay, it's an 18 this time.
Cool.
Which is going to be a single acidic poisonous cloud appears with a radius of 20 inches centered on the target of the caster's choosing. Oh, no. Is this going to hurt Dwarf too? It says all targets in the cloud suffer a -2 penalty to all rolls.
Was it 20 inches or was it 20 feet?
20 feet. Well, yeah, it would be good if I would read the markings correctly.
So it's like 20 inches is quite small.
Very tiny cloud. It's okay. It's okay.
I think I messed up.
Me.
I'm sorry.
It gives me a -2, you said?
Yeah, to your rolls.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Well, you also positioned this cloud. I'm going to say you could position this cloud a little farther out. The dwarf would probably, no, I mean, you guys would probably, the 2 melee characters would definitely be involved with it. But now there's basically this gross, noxious cloud between the you folks in the ship. So these creatures have to run through it to get to you.
My goodness, are these things not only ugly, they smell terrible too.
Oof.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I wasn't meaning you, dwarf, but
okay. So that spell happens. Now it is the creature's turn. So we have the one the other normal looking one stumbles their way through the cloud, hollering towards somebody. Probably, I mean, they probably get to Percival first. Would you tell me again exactly what penalties this imposed?
So sorry. So it's it's for 3 rounds. Oh no, yeah, for 3 rounds because it's 1d4 plus 2.
Mhm.
And it's a -2 penalty to all rolls.
Now, is it -2 or is it -2d? This is important.
It's just -2.
Okay. All right. So the one of the regular ones comes over and tries to take a stab at Percival. Or no, they have clubs, so they try and club Percival over the head. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that just negates its attack bonus. Percival, does an 18 hit you? I feel like
An
it does.
18 does hit me.
Okay.
Even with the shield.
Even with the shield. 4 points of damage as this thing just swings its stone club around and it catches you right in the side. You hear that crunch of
Ooh.
bones a cracking. That was unpleasant, but that's that creature's turn. And then lumbering out of the smoke is the big boy, the one we've all been waiting for. Gosh, oh Lord, he coming. This thing
His
lumbered.
name Master Caster.
So this thing looks just really hulking and huge version of the other ones, but otherwise not particularly different. It also has a club, but it is much larger. And I think that it's going to try to make a beeline for the ship itself. It seems like it has its eyes not on any of you, but on that that delicious looking Roscoe up there.
Oh no!
And it's going to use its turn to get over there and then start climbing. And it's basically like poking its head up above the lip of the ship. So Urko has a quite good view of it, but that's all it has time to do because it has to make a significant amount of movement. It is now out of the cloud, though, and that's its turn. It is now Urko's turn.
Urko's ready. Urko would like to. She's on the deck looking out. The ship is still like just sort of like
Yeah, it
shaking
looks like-
itself out.
Yeah, it seems like it's starting to get out, but it's just still stuck in the earth a little bit.
Mhm.
Maybe next round something else will have happened with that.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She whips the back of her orange tunic out and casts paralysis on the big boy.
Ooh, okay.
And because I love Dungeon Crawl Classics, depending on what you get, on how you roll, you get different effects. And I'm gonna burn some stuff.
Can
Or can I do-
clerics spell burn? Because I know wizards can, but I'm not actually sure if clerics can.
I
Again,
meant burn some luck to add to it.
Oh, burn some luck. Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah. Oh, actually, I forgot one of my modifiers. Hold on. I can count. Cool. Yeah. So I got a 15.
Okay.
So my hands and my melee weapon are charged with energy of paralysis. Well, that stinks. Okay. I'm sorry. It's good though, but that means I actually have to like get in and.
Oh yeah, you need to hit something with it. You can't do it
Yeah.
at a range. So what's
So-
gonna happen if you hit this guy?
They would be unable to move or take physical action for 1d6 plus CL rounds. With the CL casting one?
CL is caster level, so it's
Caster
1d6
level. Oh, caster
plus
level,
your
yeah.
level. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. So
Uh,
as soon as you can smack that guy, does it get a saving throw against this? This isn't even relevant yet because it hasn't happened. But
Save says will save versus spell check.
okay.
Yeah. So.
Sure.
And my charge remains for. I will do it now so I can see. 6 rounds.
6 rounds.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I'm getting ready. Your mortification process is happening inside us all.
Yeah, and your hands and your weapons start to glow, and
Yeah,
you're just standing there.
Yeah, I'm just-
Roscoe stands up, seeing that horrifying creature, and then goes to run, but is still tied to the thing, and just trips and falls over again. Also, Roscoe's really high, so probably wouldn't be able to run even if he wasn't tied to the thing. But Roscoe's having a bad time. Anyway, that is that round. We're back to the top. The fancy one of them is going to shake the gun that it is holding and like bang it with its hand. The lights go out on the gun temporarily and then come back up, and then it points either at well, at one of the three of you that's on the ground, or actually maybe the one on deck as well. I'm gonna roll randomly and see. Percival, just coming to you with everything right now.
It's fine. I could take it.
You can take it. Okay, that's going to probably be a hit. Let me check real quick at my bonus to hit with this boy. Minus 2 because of the cloud. What's your armor class?
17 right now.
That is just gonna hit because I rolled pretty well. So this beam of energy shoots out of this gun, striking you. You need to make me a fortitude saving throw.
Ooh, that'll be a 7.
Would you like to burn 3 points of luck? Oh wait, actually, I'm sorry. What kind of armor are you wearing?
I am wearing banded chainmail.
You don't need to burn any luck. You succeed. So this beam of energy, it hits you and it hurts, but it seems like the majority of it bounces off of your armor. You take 5 points of damage. But yeah, but you feel like that could have been much worse, but it seems like the metal of your armor is resistant to it because it's like a laser beam. So it feels like the light has bounced off of it. And that was good. So that's that guy's turn. It is now Dwarf's turn.
Dwarf is gonna. Oh, how far away are we from the ship?
You're probably like pretty close to it. Percival is probably 30 feet from it or a little less.
Would you say that by the end of my turn, I could be touching the ship?
Oh, yes. 100%. Oh, I forgot to mention at the start of this round, the ship completely dislodges itself from the ground with a big chunk and starts to rise into the air. The rope that you're all tied to is starting to go taut, but you are still on the ground.
Okay. Would you also say that I still have this can of glue with me?
You definitely do.
I want to take Fancy Boy in front of me.
Yeah.
I want to spray his chest with the glue. And I want to run him up to the ship and glue him to the ship.
Sure, you can glue him to the ship. I think that he's probably not going to just let you carry him over there. So you're going to need. Oh, what would this be? You could do a heroic deed. So make like an attack roll your deed die, and if your deed die gets a 3 or a 4, I could count this as like a push. Is one of the things you can do with that. So you could also deal a little damage and push this guy where you need to get him.
Okay, sure. All right, so it's a d20 plus 1 for the attack roll, and a d4 that needs to be a 3 or higher. Okay, I got a 5 for the attack roll, and I got a 1 for the...
Oh. Well, that's not going to do it. That roll is far too low, but it was a very good idea. You try to grab this guy, or maybe you spray the adhesive stuff to his chest, and then you're like, okay, part 2 of the plan. And then you grab him and try and pull him over there, and he just like screams in your face and like flexes and pushes you aside. So he still has goop all over him, but he hasn't been stuck or moved to anything.
He still has goop all over.
Yeah, so you can try it again later if you want. But he's got
I
a
can
bunch
shield
of
bash him this turn.
Oh, you could shield bash him and stick your shield to him.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could do that as your second attack.
That would be a 16 to hit.
I'm pretty sure that hits. Let me check real quick. Oh yeah, definitely hits.
All right. Damage for a shield, I think, is a D3 or something like that.
I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah.
Let me check. Shield bash, blah blah blah. Does a D3 damage. So D3 plus 1 in my case. 2.
Cool. You bash him with a shield, and now the shield is stuck to him.
Would you say that it's like restricting his movement a bit?
Yeah, I think that would make a lot of sense. So I'd probably make him take like one less die. I'd move him down the dice chain in terms of his attacks.
Nice.
Because he's kind of got a shield. It's sort of in front of his face, so he kind of has to look over it. It's kind of in the way of his arms. Yeah.
And I'll remove the shield from my AC.
Okay. Yeah, if you let go of it. Yeah. So okay, that is your turn. Cool. Percival, it's your turn.
All right. So who do I happen to have near me as far as enemies go?
You've got one guy that just hit you with a club, and there is the fancy one.
All right. I think.
Oh, remember, you are still in a terrible cloud.
I am in a terrible cloud. That is true. I think I am going to backtrack a bit out of the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to pivot and probably throw the spear at the guy who just hit me.
Yeah. Okay. Roll to hit.
All right. Let's see. 16 plus. I don't have a missile attack bonus, so it is 16.
Okay. Well, you do still roll your deed die, even if you're not
Yep.
performing a deed. It's still a bonus to hit.
And then I got a 3 with the D4.
Okay. So you throw a spear, throw it right at that guy. It definitely hits. Roll your damage.
5 plus 3 is 8.
8. Your spear flies through the air and just goes straight through the chest of this creature, and it sort of stumbles a bit for a minute and then falls over. Come right through the heart.
Perfect. Do I notice that the rope's getting a little taut?
It is, yes.
Although
now that you've moved closer to the ship, less so.
Okay. Could I possibly stand up, toss my shield down on the ground and stand on it?
Yes, you could do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I put it. Yes. Make it happen. Sorry.
Oh, I see what you're doing now. Yes,
Yeah.
you could if you
We used to do this behind the wagon on the way to town.
loop your foot into one of the shield arm loops.
Dwarf, you should. Oh wait.
Oh no, I'm going to do it with the dude attached to it.
There you go. It's awfully fun. Come on.
So you the ship continues to rise. Who is next? Zenaya, it is your turn.
Okay, so I have an important question. Where would it say whether or not the spell is a concentration or not?
It wouldn't, because that's not a thing in this game.
Oh, it's not?
No.
I lied. Okay, if I'm not on the ship, I would like to get on the ship.
Sure. You can
Super
easily do it
fast.
because you can just climb up the rope that you're tied to. So
Whoop.
you would have to use your action to do it, but yes, you can get up there.
I would like to do that because I do not have a surfing shield.
Listen, if I had a shield, I'd be surfing, but I don't. So that's not an option for me right now. Okay, you climb up there. There's a very confused donkey and a very scary looking big boy. And Urko's just standing there with glowing hands.
This is normal.
Yeah. It is now the big boy's turn. The big boy finishes climbing onto the ship and looks and sees Urko standing there, and behind Urko, the animal that the big boy wants to eat. And the big boy's looks at Urko and mutters something in some slurred language, and then swings that big old club. What is your armor class?
16.
16. That is just going to hit you. And it deals... Actually, not as much damage as you'd think.
It's only 38.
It's only huge. Giant damage on a giant club. It's less common than you think. Only 6 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's because it's weird when this, according to the book, the stats for those guys are an altered version of the regular stats, and they get a damage bonus, but the damage die for their weapon doesn't increase, which I don't understand, but that's fine. Anyway, smacked you with that club real hard. That is his turn. It is now your turn.
Yes. Urko just kind of like blows some orange curly hair out her face. A little bit of splashback, huh? And she like swishes her grip on the knife and then just like cuts him in the thigh with it. Because it's like glowing with paralysis.
Ooh, roll to hit.
And can I burn anything for?
Yeah, you burn luck to roll.
I can burn more, but okay. I'm gonna burn 2 for that, so 15.
15 definitely hits.
Yes. Okay. So, as that happens, may I describe what happens with when he gets hit with paralysis?
Well, let me roll his save first.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right.
He gets a save. Did you say that it was like the thing you rolled for spell casting is what he's trying to meet?
Any attack delivers normal damage plus paralysis if they fail a will save. It says will save versus spell check.
So I think it's will save versus what you rolled as your thing, I think. Unless there's some way to calculate spell checks based on level, but I don't know how to do that because I don't know the rules well enough. So we're gonna say it's what you rolled. Let's see here.
I rolled a 15 to attack and a 15 last time when I cast the spell, if that's helpful.
That's the number I was looking for, the spell casting number. Yeah. So 15 is the number to beat. He has, I'm sorry, what kind of check do you say was will?
Will, yeah.
Okay. He fails just barely because I rolled pretty well, but he has a penalty to will. So yes. Yeah, now describe what happens.
All right. As the glittering dagger in the sun cuts through I guess just raw thigh, right? No, they're wearing like very little.
Yeah, no, that this thing has like bits and pieces of armor and like a loincloth on, and that's about it.
Loincloth, yeah. A circle of orange starts glowing around his feet, and then 3 to 5 white cylinders like throw themselves over him and like wrap down around him and bind him, and he can no longer move as he has been TP'd.
All right. Oof. So yeah.
And that lasts for 1d. Do you want to roll the?
You can roll.
Okay. I roll 1d6 plus. Lasts for 5 rounds.
Oof, 5 rounds.
So we could just heave-ho this guy off.
Yeah. Let's see here. That now we're to the top of the next round. This guy can't move. The ship has started moving. It is starting to rapidly sail through the air, about 30 feet off the ground. And let's see here. I think I'm going to give the fancy boy an attempt to dislodge himself from this shield because he sees that things are starting to happen that are not what he wants. And he's going to make a strength check. But he's just rolled way too low to have any kind of effect. So he's like trying to pull this shield off of him and like yelling at you and just not having any luck as the ship is starting to move. And he's like starts running to like keep up with it, but it starts going too fast and he starts to like trip and fall over as he's being pulled along by you in this rope. We could sort of do because the only enemy, because he's sort of not really good at doing anything. And the other enemy's paralyzed. So if you want to drop out of official initiative order, I think that would probably make sense. And you can just describe what you're doing here.
We're just kicking off and surfing behind the ship,
Yeah.
sand dune style, just up and away.
Yep.
Nice.
With someone stuck to my shield, but yep.
Yeah, and this guy's just getting dragged, literally getting dragged.
Gonna get some pretty bad sandburns.
Oof.
Nice. Urko screams, Percy, dwarf, are you okay?
Oh
She
yeah,
can't see you. Yeah.
check this out, hang 10, woo!
Oh yeah. And,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, Urko like leans over the ship and just like puts out a hand so you can high five it as you like skiz up this.
Zanaya's got a hold of the railing, like leaned over, watching, going, "I want to try."
We should take care of this one though. She just sort of like you wanna who wants to help
put
push?
Roscoe in front of him. Back Roscoe up to him, and then tell him to heave ho, and let him do the work.
All right. Does he have a bridle on, or is he a bare ass?
He's got a bridle.
Okay, bridle. Sorry. She pulls a. Okay, all right. There you go. And then pulls in, pulls out, pulls in, pulls. It's going to be a 6-point turn on this one, I think. Okay, and then pats his little nose and muzzle, goes, "All right, heave ho, darling." And
I think Roscoe like kicks out, like, lets out just a mulish bray and just kicks out with both feet.
nice.
Yeah, this thing is real big, but it has no ability to balance itself because it's paralyzed. And it's on a moving thing already. So yeah, Roscoe kicks it right in the chest, and it sort of teeters for a second and then falls backward off of the side of the ship, and you can just hear it going as it's falling, and then just hits the ground with a thud. And is quickly just gone as you continue moving. Whew.
Zanaya offers a high five.
Yeah.
Here's a question for Dwarf. The guy that you're dragging is just getting annihilated by the sand and the rocks that's getting dragged over. Do you want to try and grab his gun?
Because you're asking me if I can surf on my shield with just one hand as I bend over to grab the gun?
Let me tell you something. It might be a little difficult, but there's a gun there, and that gun's gonna be gone as soon as this guy's arm tears off from all the destruction that's being wrought on him.
Does the gun smell like silver?
Yes, it does. It's all silvery looking.
Then I bend down to pick it up.
All right. Let's do a luck check. Roll under your luck, please.
Nope.
Well, luckily, you what did you get compared to what your luck is?
I rolled 3 points higher.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So luckily you can't you're still tied to the ship, but you basically try to like reach down and grab this gun, which, I mean, it looks like a sci-fi ray gun from like a 50s sci-fi movie.
Mm-hmm.
You reach down to try and grab this, and yeah, your shield just slips out from under you. And you just face plant into the ground as you're going.
Oh, no. Ow.
I'm gonna take 4 points of damage as you're dragged along your face for a second there before you can pull yourself back up.
I think I kind of like maneuver over to Dwarf and kind of like pick him up if he'll let me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, sorry about that, bud. Oh man, those are the wickedest burns ever when you happen to wipe out like that.
I'm gonna pat down my beard to make sure that it's not like burnt off.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But you lost your shield, the body of the guy you were surfing on, and the gun are just off because your foot unhooked from the thing.
We'll get you another one.
Oh yeah.
So I think at a particular point we clamber up the rope and get back aboard the ship.
Sure.
And
You clamber up the rope, get back aboard the ship. You hear a voice in your mind saying,
yeah.
"Thank you all for powering my vessel. I fear I'm the last true member of my great people. But this world is changed from when last I saw it. It is, well, it's awful now. It's really bad. It used to be great. It's really, really bad now. Those things, oh gosh, I don't even know what those were. You're not from this world. I can tell by your scans.
First of all, rude. No one said you could.
I do feel slightly violated.
Second of all, I'm sorry, everyone. I turned the ship on, and this voice is now super powered.
Yes. It says, yes, I am Urdu Kuga, the last tech priest of Barsum. In ancient times, when my people were still noble and proud, they fell prey to the drums of war. Our endless battling devastated the land. So I, in my old age, sequestered myself away in my home and tried to find a way to save my people and myself. I needed to extend my lifespan in order to keep working, and while I could not save my body, I was able to save my mind. I went out in search of more greenstone gems, the things my people charged as magical batteries. Unfortunately, I was not particularly successful, and I ran out after weeks or maybe months, I assume. That's how long his charge would last. Of searching, my battery died and my ship powered down. But judging by my scans of the stars and planetary alignments, that was 600,000 cycles ago.
Mr. Cougar, I have a question.
Yes.
How long is a cycle?
One rotation of the planet around the sun. Some refer to them as years.
Oh boy.
That doesn't track. Oh, everyone knows the sun rotates around the planet.
There you go.
According to the deity Nitrogene, it depends on the size of the thing, how long the cycle takes to break down and become food for the future.
Oh man, just got another point for that. That's really, everybody else has really got to step it up here.
Don't
Listen,
shame me.
there are only so many radish puns that you can come up with.
Although, actually, I do want to give luck points to Dwarf and Percival for coming up with surfing. That was pretty good.
But that was all Percival. That wasn't me.
But okay, sticking the shield to the guy was
And-
pretty
And then
epic.
surfing on top of him.
Okay,
good.
sure, I'll take that one.
So yeah, the thing is like, well, at my home, I did in days long past create a portal that could be used to travel to other worlds. I had intended to use it as a last resort to escape mine if war ever came to my doorstep, though I was never able to use it. After scanning you, I feel like I could probably calibrate it to send you back wherever you came from. I only ask that you take me with you.
I think that seems like a reasonable request. Yeah, so to speak.
I'd like to stay here. Everything's full of silver and gems.
It's like if you wish to stay on this dying world, dwarf, I mean, he actually wouldn't know what a dwarf was. If you want to stay on this dying world, short creature, then that is perfectly fine with me.
Oh, wait, the world is dying?
Oh, yes, no, the sun has lost most of its power. I'd say in another 1,000 years, it should burn out.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not waiting 1,000 years. I'll get back home then.
Yeah, I'm happy to bring you back. It seems like quite a fun explanation that we would have to. Yes. Agreed.
I gotta go finish tilling the radishes, and I go on guard duty here in about an hour. So yeah, I gotta hustle up and get back home.
Oh, I didn't know we could still keep track of when our shifts were. That's really are the salad days, aren't they, Percival?
The
Every pun, I lose a hit point. I'm just saying, I'm almost dead.
almost dead. The brain speaks and says, "I see that you have, or I sense that you have opened one of the lock boxes. They are all keyed to a different code. Some of the items that you have on you work similarly."
Okay, question. What's with Dwarf's hat?
Yes. That looks to be a. Let me pull it up in the thing.
Yeah, maybe you could give us a little clue.
I start pressing buttons.
Nope. Okay, there.
Oh,
Never.
I was like, Zanaya just had an epiphany that she literally has a spell to be able to read different languages.
It's true. You do have that. Let's see here. This is yes. That is a ray shield. Pressing the 8th rune, and then the first rune will activate it, and cause it to start working. It can reflect most energy weapons.
Is that the only thing it can do? If you press like the first and the second, it doesn't like transfer Udu Kuga's sentience into the hat and the wearer, does it?
Oh no, it's not made to do that.
I mean,
Well,
maybe you should have thought about that then.
My armor reflected bolts of whatever you said. So, yeah, I don't need this silly hat. I'm just gonna take mine.
All right.
If you're not gonna wear the hat, Zanaya will wear the hat.
You got the hat. You can wear it.
All right, ahead.
And I pull out the 2 candy bars of something. Okay, I know this one makes you hear things really, really well. What in the heck is with this one? And I'm the one that we fed to Roscoe.
So yeah, there's the like half-eaten one that you fed some of to Roscoe, and then there's the other one that's still wrapped. And if you take those out, it says, "Oh, ration bars." Scanning. It's like, let me scan them. Oh, huh. Well, I guess 600,000 years sort of alters their genetic makeup. It seems that the one that is half-eaten causes some sort of extreme hallucinations. What was the or no, wait, was that the last one?
Mm-hmm.
That was the last one. Yeah, because you folks ate
skin
the other
rash.
2. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Lex, what do we look like right now to Roscoe, and if he's hallucinating?
Oh, so it says that let's see. After consuming the ration bar, every foe, or I guess probably other creature as well, the PC faces is treated as having 1d5 mirror images. So it's like he has beer glasses on right now.
Oh no.
Oh, poor Roscoe.
Poor Roscoe. The ship continues to zip across the landscape toward some strange, garishly colored forest, which now as you're approaching it, the trees look very odd. They don't look like normal trees at all. And your brain captain says, "My home is up ahead in that forest." It wasn't in a forest when I was last there, but that was a long time ago. So it's in that forest, it seems, but should not be so far from here. I have set the most direct course.
Very cool. Well, what can you tell us about them odd-looking bit of foliage up ahead?
Uh, my scans indicate they are some sort of fungal fauna.
Well, before we get fungus among us, maybe we should go down inside the ship. Somebody help me with Roscoe. It's probably not a good thing to leave him out here.
Mm-mm.
Gosh, how are you going to get Roscoe down that ladder? Like, even in a good situation, how would you do that?
You'd like take the ropes and fashion some kind of harness and
Mhm.
lower him down.
Yeah, Urko will help you. For sure, you poor baby.
You folks do that. Let's see here. I think, and I don't know if, oh yeah, okay. So we're gonna, in a second, we're going to do a quick break, like 5-10 minutes, and then we'll be back just because this is a really good place to stop. We're actually almost to the end, but it's a good place to pause. And yeah, we'll see you folks back here in 5 or 10 minutes. Take a bathroom break, get a snack, and come back for the conclusion to this one shot, Sand Sailors of the Purple Planet. Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. We're back. I made our technician just completely lose it. So we're back on twitch.tv/nerd immersion playing through Sand Sailors of the Purple Planet. And it's been going pretty darn well so far, especially since we're all very new to the system and the setting. I think we've all taken it in stride. It's been great. But yeah, this is we're gonna do the end of this session. For those who have been watching the whole time, thank you for watching. For those just joining the stream, I mean, I don't have time to get you caught up. They're just you're on your own. But we've got like a half an hour left, so strap in. It's just gonna keep getting crazier from here on out. It's a weird sci-fi fantasy setting. Let's see here. So you guys are aboard a flying metallic ship that seems to have jet engines on the back of it. It also hovers. It's cool. And you're flying through across a blasted wasteland of the Purple Planet. Some of the characters were surfing and have probably now climbed back up onto the ship. You just moved a very, very high donkey down below decks. Try and calm it down. Just sees 5 of everybody and it's very confused. You are heading towards the home of a creature named Urdu Kuga, I believe was his name. Yeah, Urdu Kuga, which is a brain in a jar that seems to be in control of this ship. It says that there's a portal there at its home that could send everybody back to their home planet. Yeah, you're headed there, and you're approaching this strange forest. As you get to it, you realize that these trees are mushrooms, huge towering mushrooms of all sorts of crazy colors, and all sorts of different kinds as well. Just stretch up before you, and the ship is sort of slows down a bit so it can fly between them. Does anybody do anything?
We hid.
You are below decks,
We
but
are
I mean,
below decks, yeah.
if you poke out, you can see that you have entered into the forest.
I mean, I think we put on our, our being a gong farmer. Surely Eriko has some type of a mask situation, so puts it on just to make sure they're not breathing in any fumes and just like peek out over the, up the ladder.
Mm.
There's room for 2.
Ergo, what do you see up there?
Fungus.
Oh.
And is it just like, are there just spores in the air? Is it like, are they like sticking to my eyeballs? Is it like bad?
There would be spores in the air. Would they be sticking to your eyeballs? I don't know if it's that terrible, but let's roll to find out. This would be, that's hard to read. This is a very low resolution image. Bring out my dice roller here. I think this is a D16 table. Yes. Oh, come No, none of them are floating into your face,
Awesome.
or at least there's some floating by, but they're not getting stuck to you or
Yeah.
anything.
Is there anything in the trees themselves, like any animals that we see or I see?
Make an intelligence check.
10.
10. You think you catch a glimpse of some sort of large beetle-like creature, and when I say large, I mean like as big as your hand, not like as big as you. Maybe a couple of those buzzing around, but they're not close by. You don't get a good look.
Just some
Let's-
palm crunches, Percy, the beetles. They make terrible noises when you hit them. I'm coming down.
you
Didn't open my
notice
mouth a lot. Yeah.
Probably,
know-
probably, yeah. That probably is a good decision there.
yeah, you notice the particular stalks that you are flying through currently are tiger striped and have are tall and have tree-like stalks to these mushrooms.
I keep that bit of information to myself, so I have a secret.
There you go. No one else has seen it. They don't know. Yeah, what are people, anybody talking about anything? It looks like you still got a little bit before you get there.
I think we threw a blindfold around Roscoe's eyes.
Oh, that
you know,
helps a lot. Yeah.
just to calm him down some. And I don't know. I think we're just if cruising the ship, looking through different rooms.
I mean, there's only the three. There's
Only
just,
three?
it's very, there isn't a lot of living space for some reason. This ship that's built to house a brain that just flies it doesn't have any beds in it.
I have Zanaya has a query. Is there a vent system that maybe a small human can fit inside of?
A vent system.
Yes.
The brain says, well, there is the exhaust system. You wouldn't want to go in there, though. You'd probably choke to death. Well, there. I don't think so. Most of the other ones are too small for a person.
Uh-huh. And Zanaya nods slowly and backs away.
Okay.
She would like to look for opportunities, like small hiding spaces, just for fun.
Sure. I mean, if you look around in the engine room, you could probably find some little nooks and crannies in there that you could hide in. I think
She would like to find one and sit in it. Small spaces for small peoples.
There is the ship begins to slow more, and suddenly, or actually, the brain alerts you. It says something is adhering to the sides of the ship. My scans are coming up as some sort of life form, but I can't quite understand what it is. It's definitely fungaloid. Would you mind going and I think, oh, it's getting worse. And then suddenly the ship just grinds to a halt and everyone is sort of thrown forward a bit, except for Zanaya, who is in a really perfect little cozy space.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to go and get this this wagon, the silver wagon, unstuck from whatever happens to have adhered to it. Starts up the ladder.
Yeah. Some type of barnacle situation I'm not a fan of. Let's do it.
Sticking things to the ship was my idea. The copiers.
Is anybody opposed to me lighting it on fire? No, okay. Zanaya follows.
It's totally cool to light it on fire. You get up top of the deck and you see that you are beneath the canopy of this one gigantic mushroom that has these long vine-like things that come down from it that are all sticking to the parts of the ship that they have landed on.
Well, I don't like that situation one bit.
Percival, the radish farmer, you hear breathing coming from above you
Nope.
because with your acute hearing.
That's slightly alarming. Like the mushrooms breathing, or there's something breathing above us.
You're not sure which, but you can hear breathing above you.
Y'all, I think the dang mushroom's alive. Something's breathing heavy.
We look up.
I mean, if you look up, it's just a mass of these vine-like, these sticky vines. You can't actually see the top of the thing.
Xenia, you got another fire spell?
I have. No, go ahead, Xenia.
Oh, well, there's always room for more fire. Yeah. I can light it all up.
Yeah.
I think we might have to do a little clear cutting and burning. Why don't we give that a try?
She nods emphatically and would like to do. So I can do my spells as many times as I would like to, as long as I don't roll low enough to lose them.
Correct.
Haha. May I flaming hands the sticky vines.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Let's do this. Okay. Not the best. It's a 13,
A 13.
which
Sure.
I don't hate.
Yeah, just the basic.
I can choose one. And I will choose one vine that seems like it's the most stuck to the ship.
Roll your. Actually, don't roll damage because you're just hitting a vine. You choose one of the vines. Shoot some fire at, and it starts burning and falls away from the ship, and then it just starts waving around wildly, and you just hear this gurgling sound above you, and then a bunch of the other vines sort of snap to attention and all shoot out at Xenia.
Oh, heck no!
Oh no.
So one of them on fire. I don't know what to tell you.
This is a bad situation if I ever done seen one.
Zanaya starts running in circles.
Just running in circles. Actually, what's your armor class?
Oh, not very good. I think it's 10.
Yeah, I mean that's still not gonna hit you because I rolled
Yeah.
really bad. So you're like, you start running in circles and the thing just keeps trying to grab at you, but it just can't anticipate those movements. Another one of the tendrils is going to grab at actually no, it's not going to grab at one of you because it doesn't understand that you're there, but what it is going to do is you feel a lot of the other ones that are wrapped around the ship just heave, and the whole ship starts moving upward, and you just hear the brain voice in your head, things are getting worse. I don't know what you're doing up there, but whatever it is, it's wrong. You're doing the wrong thing. So you start to be dragged up in the air, and now you see some of the tendrils as more tendrils sort of shoot down and attach to this thing. The sort of mass of them that was up at the canopy that was blocking your view parts a little bit, and yeah, there's this gigantic circular toothed maw at the top of this or I guess the bottom side, the underside of the top of this mushroom stalk. And they're just trying to pull you folks up into it.
That is bad.
Let's
That
roll
is
initiative.
very bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What did you want to do? Because you tried to say something earlier.
I would like to grab some of the oil that I have, and I actually wrote on my sheet that I have 10 pints of oil, no more.
Excellent.
Well, it's because I wanted it to be like a round number, so.
Sure. And what are you going to do with that oil? Just grab it? Have it at the ready?
Well, it depends on how much time I have before we have to roll for initiative. But I figure Dwarf would take the oil and start spraying it on the vines.
Sure, you can do that. You can do that before we get into the round. That wouldn't make them less sticky, would it? Is that your intent, to make them less sticky? I don't know how
Oh,
chemicals work.
no. It's right after that, I'm going to light them on fire.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you were probably going to do.
No, I'm not oiling the tentacles before anything happened. That's
Okay.
just wrong.
Just got suddenly became a very different genre. Let's all roll initiative.
Let's see. I got a 20 there.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Yet another 16.
13.
Okay. And... Okay, Percival.
All right. Seeing Dwarf start pouring oil on everything, I rummage around in my backpack and I'm going to use my action to find my flint.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, you can find it. I mean, if you got it on you, you got it.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. And then I'm going to draw my long sword and then hit them together.
Nice. So
Cause a
cool.
shower of sparks.
Yeah, there you go. A bunch of these tendrils have oil all over them. Roll me luck.
All right. It's not good. I got a negative. Well, with the 1. Okay. 15 minus let's see. -1.
I was gonna say luck checks. You want to roll under whatever your luck score is.
Okay. It's still 15.
Okay. Is that under your luck score? I just assumed that it is.
I had an 8.
Oh, you have an. Oh, okay. So you fail that. You do catch some of them on fire, and the fire begins to burn, but it isn't immediately super effective. Though it probably next round will be. Yeah. So these things start to burn. You hear another strange sound from the thing above you. It just doesn't like that. Like, it just doesn't like being set on fire. Why do you say it's just trying to have a nice meal? You just ruin its time. Anyway, that's Percival's turn. Now it's Dwarf's turn. You're muted.
Yeah, well, I was munching.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Are any of the vines not yet on fire?
Yeah, because there's a ton of them, but I'd say more of them have oil on them than are on fire currently, because yes.
So I'm gonna do like Percival. I'm gonna get my flint out and light some other vines on fire.
Yeah, roll me luck.
Absolutely. I roll above luck again.
Oh, you light some of them on fire, but it is not immediately effective. Next round.
I am the unluckiest person.
The thing acts. It starts to drag the ship upward. It now realizes that there are multiple creatures setting it on fire. It doesn't like them. Its tendrils go out for Dorf and Percival. Dorf, it does not hit. Percival, it probably doesn't hit. I've already forgotten your armor class, but I don't think it's 15.
Oh, I got a 16 without the shield.
Oh my gosh, it was so close. Yeah, no, it doesn't quite make it. So these tendrils are trying to grab you, and you're just slapping them away with your weapons. Like, no, get out of here.
Go away. What are you doing?
That's the creature's turn. It is now Urko's turn. Urko's turn. I keep wanting to say
All right.
Orko, but you know.
No, not quite, Derry. So seeing what's happening, Urko like thinks about her candles in her pack and goes, "No, that's their move." Okay. How we all came up together, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. Yeah, so, okay. And Urko pulls out her little bag of night soil, and sort of like sprinkles a little bit in a circular fashion, and wants to cast Holy Sanctuary on all of them, or as much as she can.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So I will roll.
Would you like to burn any luck or anything?
Oh,
casting
yeah,
the
yeah.
spell?
I'll choose now. How much luck? I'm gonna burn 7.
7. Okay.
You know what? It's 650. I'm gonna burn 13.
Oh, wow.
All
That's a
my luck.
lot.
That's all my luck. 28. Oh, plus 34. Boom.
That's a big thing. So I'm going to assume that makes it so that everybody can't be attacked.
Yep. It's the cleric designates a place as a holy sanctuary. This must be a single building or self-contained location up to 10,000 square feet.
So the boat, I assume.
Yeah. She just goes. God, no, I can't. She just goes down the hatch, and the whole place glows orange, and so all creatures in this place within it share the benefits of Holy Sanctuary. They enemies of less than 6 HD cannot attack unless they use magical weapons. Anything higher must make a will save. The effect is dispelled if that creature. Ooh, the effect on any one individual is dispelled if that creature makes an aggressive action. Great.
Yeah, so you can't attack the monster, but as long as you don't,
Yeah.
you're making it so it can't attack anyone.
Attack us, and so we can just burn and then fall back to the ground. So
yeah,
if people want.
And I'm gonna say that assuming nobody stops that from happening, that's pretty much how this is playing out. So if you folks with the sanctuary that you have cast, the entire ship is glowing, the creature no longer wants to hold on to it at all, and it lets its tendrils go. And the ship sort of falls back down. You hear in your heads, "Oh, whatever you've done, it's perfect. You've figured it out." Also, I registered a strange energy surge that I don't understand coming from one of you, but that's all right. Let's continue. We are no longer impeded, and you're actually able to just sort of continue on your way. And you just see this thing. The fire just spreads, and you see this huge mushroom creature, and apparently it had like some longer stalks that were like its legs, and it starts trying to like move, like shamble around in the forest as its like top begins to catch fire, and then it just sort of like pitches over and keeps burning and just making these awful sounds. Thank goodness you're moving away from that. It's unpleasant.
I hope this wasn't the last of that kind.
It may also start a forest fire. So
Zanaya sits on the deck and goes, "I got no regrets," and like watches her handiwork that didn't really work. It's everybody else's.
Are we just well, we can't be heard. She knows it's not true, but are we gonna take our new cougar with us?
Well, why shouldn't we?
I was just making sure.
I think we should. He's helping us out here. I haven't felt any kind of ill will or
I didn't like how they mentioned a huge energy surge earlier when I cast that spell. So like, what happens when you run out of those 3 gems? We start using people,
like batteries.
Oh,
yes.
We can go ask him.
Why not? Seems like, yeah.
All I'm saying is it's not every day you make friends with the brain.
All right.
True.
I'll trust you two to do that. Sorry, just a fleeting thought.
I'm gonna think really, really loud in my mind. Are you going to use people as batteries?
No, people are terrible power sources.
Okay, that's how I mentioned. Yes, okay.
Would you link all the people of the world together to create a fake subconscious reality where everyone would live? I just have this very good idea for a movie.
But no, because then one of them could start to alter the program by figuring out what was going on. It just, long term, it wouldn't work. We'd have to keep repeating ourselves. It would turn to a terrible franchise where the first one was great, but then the second 2 just went steadily downhill. And for some reason, they're making a 4th one. I just don't get it. Anyway. let's continue on.
I mean, some of us already
Dwarf
have.
just
but
has a nosebleed all of a
Yeah.
sudden.
one of us I know has a leather duster they can use already for this new world. But
You continue on through the parting trees, mushroom trees of this fungal forest, and find yourselves at a large dome-shaped building. It's overgrown with moss, but is otherwise undamaged. Whatever it's made out of seems pretty hardy against the elements. Seems to be the same thing the ship is made out of, which is pretty hardy against the elements since the ship was still in good shape and it had been there for 600,000 years. Anyway, the ship parks, for lack of a better word. It sets down next to the entrance of this place. And you just hear the brain say, please unhook me from my chassis and I can open up the doors to the complex for you and activate the portal.
We head to the room wherever the brain is and start on. Is it complex to unhook? I mean, is there a lot of...
Well, you have to press that button right there, and it's one of those things where it can't point to where it is because it doesn't have hands. But if you keep if you hover your hand over different places, you play like hot and cold with it. And it's like, yes, that one. You just pull that.
That one.
Yes, all right.
That one there.
Now the identical one on the other side.
Okay, hang on.
No, not that one. The other one.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, there you go. And you're able to.
You should really label these clearer.
It's true. They're clearly labeled in my own language, just because you can't read it. Anyway,
see, there's the problem with your system there. You should just color code everything.
Anyway, you can unlock this thing, and it's a jar with a brain in it, basically. It has like metal on both ends, but it's otherwise a glass jar. And you can just tell me who's carrying it.
Roscoe.
Yeah. Roscoe.
You put it on Roscoe.
I think he's got like saddlebags or something. We just kind of like put the brain in.
Oh, actually, it's been a few hours, so Roscoe's hallucinations have probably passed by now. So just put the brain in one of the saddlebags.
Yeah.
And you folks walk off the ship, go into the complex. And there's some strain, like the brain seems to be able to interact with the machinery of this place. So when you get to the doorway, there's like a control panel and a door with no handles or hinges or anything like that. And the brain says, hold on, I will activate the systems. And then suddenly the panel lights up and the door just slides open. It like takes it a second. It goes like it hasn't been used in a long time. And inside everything's dusty and dark, though as you walk in, things start to light up. But is otherwise fairly bare. There isn't much in here. It seems like some different large machines, pieces of lab equipment. There might be some test tubes and beakers with strange liquids inside them. But the brain directs you, and I'm just sort of rushing through this because we're almost out of time, to a spiraling staircase that leads upward. At the top of it.
Cardio, good.
Yes, it's good. You've been on a boat ride this whole day. Listen, it's time to get some steps in, okay? And you go up this spiral staircase into a chamber that contains a large metal circle built into the floor and covered with runes. Next to it is a control panel with a cylindrical slot on top of it. And the brain says, please place me in there and I will activate the portal.
Question. How do we take you if you are in this, like, can you activate it if you are not inside of it? Like, do we have like a 10-second grace period or something?
Once I activate it, we can calibrate the portal to your home plane, and then you can remove me from the console and we can go.
Perfect. I was just hoping someone had figured out the purple pros. So thank you. All right.
So you take the brain out of the donkey or saddle and put it in there?
Yeah.
Wow, a phrase you never thought you would hear. Do you
Yeah.
take the brain out of the donkey?
Yeah, I'm sad Ted missed it. Yeah.
Place it in there. Chunk. and the whole thing powers up, and the portal starts to sort of, the runes on it start to glow, and you just hear calibrating. And then suddenly this like strange, like liquidy energy sort of goes over the empty space in the circle, shimmers. Yeah, no, it looks exactly like the Stargate from the movie, film, or television show Stargate. And you, but not Stargate Atlantis. We don't talk about that one. Yeah. It shimmers to life, and you hear, good. It is successful. You can now return to your home, and you just see the image starts to, or you start to see an image in it of just a placid countryside that looks very similar to the one that you have seen before. And yeah, the brain is just like, excellent. All the mechanisms seem to work perfectly. Oh, now let's see.
Can we time the moment we go in? Because I see someone I know on the crest of the hill. It's Chisra, and that son of a goat needs to be scared witless by us falling out of the sky.
Says yes, perfectly possible. And then the brain seems to consider for a moment. I mean, I don't know how you can tell because it doesn't have a facial expression or anything. Maybe it goes in your mind and says,
just crinkles.
Yes, and it says, orange one, you seem to be the most powerful. You will do nicely. And
I knew
now
it.
I need you to make a will saving throw. As the consciousness of the brain tries to force itself inside your body.
That's 12.
Oh.
Can I attempt a thing?
Yeah, you can attempt a thing.
I want to take my club and bash the brain in.
You could totally do that.
Like the moment it says you will do nicely. I'm like, nope.
No. Smash. You smash it. And I need Urko to make a luck check. So roll under your luck.
Well, I can't roll under my luck.
Oh, you burned all your luck. Okay, well then this just happens. Your mind is not taken over, but the brain chassis is, or the brain jar is smashed, and the brain is like blown apart by the blow, because it's like not, it's not defended anywhere. It's just a glass jar. And the consciousness, you just hear this sort of weird psychic scream in your heads. And Urko, you feel like this, you feel strange. You feel very odd, but you still feel like you're in control of yourself. And the portal starts to go nuts. And all of these different places start flashing. So like 1 minute it's just the expanse of outer space. 1 minute it's like the crater of a volcano. 1 minute it's like some sort of really rundown looking city. Another minute it's the placid countryside. Okay. Yeah. It's just it's nuts.
Is there a way Urko can try to like take control or allow the brain to take over so her friends could go home?
Oh, you actually could do that if you wanted. Well,
I guess I could cast Second Sight and see if anything.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Here, I'll just do it really fast. Sorry.
Oh, I will point out the portal becomes it for a second, or not a second, but a couple seconds. It flashes back to that placid countryside, and someone just is hurled out of it, and falls onto the floor, and just sort of shakes their head as they begin to get up.
Is it Chisra? We can use him.
Percival, you have just flown out of the portal. Look, everyone, it's Percival. Percival. Yes, there are two of you now. The other Percival stands up and says, I'm sorry, what was your accent like?
Foghorn Leghorn?
Yeah. My what do I see here?
Well, what in the sweet dip is going on?
My mama never told me I never experienced nothing like this.
He doesn't look like me.
There is a difference though between this Percival and the Percival you know. Only a slight difference. This Percival has a mustache, just a black mustache. That Percival says, "Well, gosh, dang it."
Oh, now I know he's the evil Percival because he
Yeah, no-
foul language.
Yeah, getting that one. Urko's trying to cast Second Sight, so you see the pulpy orange juice sort of like coming out of her eyes and bleeding. She's like, and it didn't work. So
Oh, you didn't succeed in your roll?
no, I failed.
Oh no. So you're trying to cast Second Sight, and it's not working, and you can just hear this voice in the back of your head saying, "Oh, it seems your power has left you. Perhaps you are not the correct vessel after all."
I'm very weak. I'll forever be weak.
Hey, maybe a personality check. Meanwhile, the mustached Percival says, "Well, darn tootin', there can not be two of me around," and he draws his sword and just tries to kill regular Percival.
Oh my gosh. Zanaya's like, I can't handle this sibling rivalry, okay?
Percival will try to defeat his evil twin.
Percival becomes locked in Mortal Kombat with his evil twin. We're gonna try to truncate this as much as possible because I know people have to go, but I'm just sort of role playing out the end of this sequence. As Percival fights his evil twin, what did you get on your personality roll, Urko?
Was there personality?
Yes.
Do I need to roll or just tell you what it is?
You need to roll, and if you have a bonus to personality, add that to your d20 roll.
I don't have
Okay.
a bonus to personality. That's a real rude thing. 9.
9. Okay. The voice in your head is like, no, I think you still seem more powerful than the rest. The portal flashes again, and it looks like some sort of strange I don't know, some weird like technological throne room. There's like 3 people in it. There's 2 that are dressed all in black, but one of them is holding another one above his head, over like a large like shaft of some sort. The other one is also dressed in black now that I think about it, but it's just laying there, seems to be smoking as if they've been electrocuted a bit. And the force of the portal opening, there's just some wind that sucks through, and this metallic looks like a sword handle just flies through the portal and probably bonks like dwarf in the head before falling to the ground, and then the portal starts flashing again to different places.
Does it smell like silver?
Does it smell? I don't think a lightsaber would smell like silver. I don't think there's any silver in a lightsaber. Meanwhile, evil Percival is like, "My goodness, you cannot be, this cannot stand." And he tries to take a swipe at Percival, but rolls very badly and does not hit you. You may make an attack roll if you wish. Anyone else who'd like to do something, please let me know.
I put the lightsaber in my mouth.
You put the lightsaber. There's a button on it. Do you press it?
Nope. Not that idiot. Does it taste like silver?
No, it just tastes like metal.
I throw it in the portal.
You throw it in the portal. It bloops into one of the other random places that is happening. Useless.
I'm gonna try to put evil Percival in a half Nelson and throw him back through one of the portals.
Yeah, make a mighty deed of action roll.
All right.
The portal flashes again to what looks like some sort of warehouse type place full of boxes. One of the boxes flies through, opening as it does so. A pair of shoes hits Zanaya in the head. Well, probably not in the head, maybe in the shoulder. I don't know. I shouldn't keep saying.
Are they cute shoes?
You know what?
Go.
They look. They're a really nice set of red pumps.
I am gonna sit down in the middle of all this chaos and put these shoes on.
Yeah, they got flame decals on them. They're perfect for you.
Oh yes.
I rolled an 18 and then a 4 on the deed.
Yo, you got a 4 on the deed die. That means it goes off. I say, this is not acceptable. And the portal flashes again to tranquil countryside, and you just throw Nega Percival through it, and it says, "Why, this is an outrage!" Just disappears through the portal. And that's what is Urko doing with the voice in their head?
Urko was convincing them that I was trying to say, now if you come to where we are, we can bring your brain and find you a mighty ruler. I don't know if you know what a gong farmer is, but where I come from and what that is means I clean out the toilets. Perhaps we find someone a bit higher stationed than anyone here, and you can take them.
The brain considers for a minute and says, "No, my the rest of my meat has been destroyed from your oafish friend." And you do see on the floor is like the brain that has been utterly smashed, and also there's a bunch of glass stuck in it.
Oops.
But if we go through, perhaps I could find another being to take. Also, the portal flashes to what looks like a quiet bedroom. There is a small creature wandering around on top of a dresser. It is sucked through. It falls onto the floor, shakes its head. It's small, quite furry, has large ears.
Don't get it wet.
You got it. That's exactly what it is. And the creature's...
This here is the strongest thing you will ever know. Especially if it has lipstick later. No.
Make another personality check. I'd like to see you trick the brain into thinking this creature is is worthy of his time.
18.
Hey, that's pretty good. So it's like let me see, and it reaches out and it says, "This creature has the potential to destroy thousands." And the consciousness leaps from your form into this little thing, and the thing goes for like and it like stands up straight and it says, "A body worthy of my mind."
Urko kicks this gremlin back through the portal.
Brings it back through the portal. Let's see. The portal shifts.
Oops.
This is actually funny that this is what it shifted to. The portal shifts to a location that looks familiar to you. It looks like the crash site of the ship. Oh. And you kick it back through. He goes, "No!" and flies back and is now basically back at the beginning of the one shot. Yeah, so the portal keeps flashing different places. Would you like to jump through and just see what place it is?
Either that, or should we wait until we see our placid countryside pop up again?
That would be luck rolls from everyone to see if they can do it at the right time. Which is going to be really hard from Urko.
I actually would like to visit another world. I mean, we could be some sort of world jumpers or walkers on different planes.
Mm-hmm. It's better than being dead, so...
or like people who slide between different worlds.
We're hitting all the genres today.
Just getting back to the one that they called home.
Well, I gotta say, this is a heck of a lot more interesting than farming radishes. So, Dwarf, I'm with you on that one, and I speak for Roscoe too. I think he'd like a change of scenery a bit.
All right, everybody.
Go.
We'll find us a special sword and know that there can only be one. Oh, right, I can't do a luck roll.
Well, what? How much left do you have?
0. I spent it all.
Oh,
again.
you spent like every point of it.
Oh,
okay.
I spent every point.
Would you like to try to make a really bad pun so you can have one luck and then attempt to roll?
How dare? Yeah, she's gonna.
Actually, you could, if you come up with a really bad pun, I'll let you be able to do it on a 2, but I feel like you can have at least 1 luck. So you can roll a
at
D20
least 1 luck, but then she just goes, she looks at everyone and just goes, "Let's flush it, boys and gals."
That's not bad. That's not
terrible. No floaters in the bunch.
Ooh.
very sorry. All right, are we all rolling luck?
Yeah, what did people get? Did anybody roll under their luck?
But is it rolling under our luck to get home?
Well, it depends on what you want. It's rolling under your luck to get the outcome that you want, right? So
Okay, so my outcome is going to a different world.
yes. Although, yeah, if you roll over your luck, it's just going to depend on what world. Like a world that will instantly kill you, like the vacuum of space, or a world that you can, I don't know, hang around in.
What
We're going to
if
find
you
out.
match your luck exactly?
I can't remember if that's a success or failure, but I'd probably rule it as a success, just barely.
Sweet. That's what
Um,
I did.
Yeah.
I got under.
Yeah,
You got
I got
under.
under as well for the first time.
Oh.
I did not.
Okay. So you sort of are watching the portal, and one by one, it flashes to the place that you want it to be. And you leap through. Each one of you leaping through. Percival, you're positive it's not evil Percival world. Although even if it is, you've taken evil Percival out of evil Percival world. So
I will go there and I will be a change of good.
yes, there you go.
That will be my goal.
You jump through, and yeah, dwarf, you find you see a world that's like piles of silver and gold and gemstones as far as the eye can see. Looks great. Smells great.
There's probably a giant dragon behind the camera, but I don't care.
Yeah. You jump through there. And then Urko, who did not make it, you can roll me 1d10 to see which random place you end up in.
5.
5. Actually, we've seen that one already. Roll again.
7.
Ooh, this one's good. This looks like some sort of city, some sort of modern day city, or a city circa the early 80s, some sort of back alley. You leap through. Everyone seems to be happy in their worlds. Our quick prologue with Urko is somewhere on a back alley city street. Wind whips up. A newspaper flies by. Suddenly, there's a big ball of electricity that appears, dissolving everything around it. When it fades, in the crater is Urko. in the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator universe, the first Terminator movie. That's where you are. And now everyone is off to their own worlds, and we've reached the end. Only slightly over. And that's it. That's the whole one shot. Sand Sailors of the Purple Planet. We've run through it. We've blitzed through it.
Yay.
New system, new setting. We got through it. I think it went pretty well. Hey, we're gonna log off as quickly as we can because I know people got stuff to do. So I'm gonna go around and people can tell us who they are and the kind of stuff they can do and where they can be found as quickly as you can. We're gonna start with Jen first.
Hi, my name is Jen Vaughn. I'm a narrative designer and tabletop game designer. You can watch my weekly streaming show, Big Dungeon Show, at twitch.tv/vvspa on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. PT. And we do different games every month. This month is Mutants in the Night. We haven't done Dungeon Crawl Classics yet. You can also listen to me on D20 Dames, all women, family-friendly podcast. Thank you.
Nice. Very cool. Josh.
I'm Josh Reisted, a teacher and co-host on Detentions and Dragons, a podcast geared toward getting education into, or D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, into education. You can check out our podcast on iTunes. Also, you can check us out on Twitter at DetentionsPod, and or message me at Professor Olaf.
Nice. All right, Jordan.
Hi, I'm Jordan, aka Sassy with Sander. I am a TTRPG player, DM, and I do music. So you can find me on YouTube as Sassy with Sander for music. I am Adina in Fate and the Fable Maidens, yet another all-women family-friendly podcast. You can find me on Encounter Roleplay playing Star Trek, and then on Jam Game Streams playing video games. I'm everywhere. You find me somewhere.
Awesome. Very cool. Simon.
Hi everyone, I'm Simon at wandering_DM on Twitter, wandering DM on Twitch. I stream mainly TTRPGs every day of the week, and I've also published a D&D 5th edition adventure. If you want to check it out, it's on my profile on Twitter.
Very cool. And I am Lex. You can find me on Twitter at Dank Dungeons. I do all sorts of stuff. I have an actual play show that's on YouTube. I am on this channel, Nerd Immersion, doing a stream every week on Wednesdays, and I've done some other streams, and I do some stuff on the DMs Guild and other things. You can find links to all that stuff by going to my Twitter and checking out the pinned tweet. So please do that. And we were on the lovely channel of Ted, aka Nerd Immersion. Check out the shows on here every week. They're fantastic. If you're watching on Goodman Games Twitch, you already probably know about Goodman Games, but they make great products, and it was great to be hosted by them. So thank you very much. And I'll catch all you folks later.
Bye.
Bye.